800. Attended the University of
It's the UPMC District 4 All Star football game, presented by Blaise Alexander Family Dealerships on MyTV WQMY.
Welcome inside Alumni Stadium. We're in Milton, Northumberland County. Tonight is the District 4 Football Coaches Association All-Star Game as the North battles the South. A pleasant good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Ide, and welcome back to your local sports leader, MyTV WQMY. We're happy to be back, and joining me in the booth for the 9th straight year, beyond Seachak, former Tunkhannock area coach Jackson Purnell will be on the sidelines for us all season long. So, Coach, let's talk about this game. The North has dominated the South the last 2 years as we take a look at the graphic. This year, the South maybe has the better team, but still great to see the guys out here playing football.
You know, and it's all for a great cause. It's all for scholarships for District 4 football players. These guys get together, give up 1 week of their summer to come out here one last time to strap it on for their respect for their schools, their families, and their communities.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the North team. They will be the visitors since we're in Milton this year. They have a good offensive line. They're probably going to run the ball a lot on their Hughesville coach, Howard Rainey. That means we'll see a lot of Christian Banks from Montoursville, our UPMC spotlight player.
Christian Banks, 5'8", 190-pound running back from Montoursville. He rushed for over 1,300 yards this year. He rushed for over 1,300 yards last year. Career, he's at almost 3,600 yards and 40 touchdowns. But more importantly, he was on the other side of the ball with 254 career solo tackles.
That's amazing.
I mean, amazing.
It's absolutely, I mean, there's a lot of great defensive players out here.
Yes.
We'll talk to them throughout the night. The South team, they're loaded with teams that really have had great years last year, including, and they have two great quarterbacks. They're going to throw the ball, I think, a lot tonight. So we're going to see our other UPMC spotlight player, Mifflinburg wide receiver, Landon Murray.
Landon Murray, 6'3", 205-pound wide receiver. Big threat. He had over 1,400 yards this year, 18 touchdowns his senior year. I mean, he just is built. He's going to Susquehanna, and he's a legitimate kind of kid that's going to get looks probably at the end of his playing days at Susquehanna.
Well, we mentioned the coaches a little bit, so let's hear from them now. Jackson's on the sideline with tonight's head coaches.
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with the two head coaches of tonight's ball game, Coach Cody Botts of Mifflinburg, who will be coaching the South squad tonight, and Coach Howard Rainey of Hughesville, who will be coaching the North squad tonight. Coach Botts, we're going to start with you. Coach, you've been coaching since 2020, a little fresh to the game around here. Last year won the district championship at Mifflinburg in your second year as the head coach over there. What are the feelings like, getting this opportunity to coach an All-Star game?
No, it's an honor. I mean, I played in this game 10 years ago in 2016 when I graduated. So to be back here, 10 years later, it's an honor to be a part of it. Obviously, I know the tradition Obviously, the tradition of just District 4 football, what that means, we got a lot of talented guys on both sides, and this week has just been a huge honor for us and our staff to get to know the guys personally, their personalities, where they're going, their next steps, but also just, there's a lot of good football players, and we're excited for tonight.
Absolutely. Coach Rainey, we'll go to you now. You've been coaching since 1991. A little bit of a different side of the coin here. You have a lot of coaching experience. You're the head coach at Hughesville. You've been to the district playoffs 3 of your last 5 years at the school. What's the opportunity like for you after such a long career, to get this opportunity to coach District 4's best?
It's awesome. It's awesome to finally, after all these years, I've had a lot of individual great players, but when you have 38 great players, the hardest part is finding out which ones you're going to play, and then having all that talent at one time, it's incredible. Then going up against some of the best in the area, it's going to be a fun game, I think.
Absolutely. Well, Bob, we'll send it back to you. We're excited down here.
And we'll hear from Jackson all night long. He has special interviews on the sidelines, and we're hoping to have Kansas City Chiefs General Manager Brett Veach up in the booth. The South represented by 4 district champions, players from 4 district champions trying to knock off the North. We'll have the kickoff and the starters next. Back in Milton, getting ready for tonight's North versus South District 4 Football Coaches Association All Star game. Bye-bye, Don Cechak, Jackson Purnell. We are all set to go. South won the toss. They want the ball. Jada Passetti from Jersey Shore will do the honors and get this All Star game underway for the North. Coleman and Murray back to receive at the 6-yard line. Beautiful night here in Milton. We had a little sprinkle before. I call it a sprinkle, passive shower, but that's all done. The sun is out, and we are underway here in Northumberland County. Murray. That's Coleman, excuse me. Coleman up past the 32-yard line. That's where the South will take their first series. So, the South under the direction of Caden Bauer from Line Mountain. What a year they had a year ago. Won the district title, and there you see his numbers, Coach, over 2,200 yards thrown a year ago.
Yeah, what a great thing. If you look at his attempts and his yards, he was right on target. 34 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Again, that goes a long way. 8 interceptions in a long season. That's less than 1 in a game. I mean, he did a tremendous job for Line Mountain.
Absolutely. His big day last year was against Susquehanna, 13 of 16, 241 yards, 5 touchdowns. They lost to Lackawanna Trail in the state playoffs. So we are underway. First pass under pressure from a good defensive line. Finds an open receiver downfield. And it's going to be in for a South touchdown. Monty Fisher from the home team. Milton does the honors. He pulls it in. It's a 67-yard score on the opening play. And South has the much early lead.
I'll tell you what, the pressure from the defensive ends, Noah Rackstraw and Taji King Rockford. Watch this, folks. They flush him out of the pocket, does a great job stepping up. He finds a wide open receiver.
Well, Maurer stepped up. You mentioned he has a strong arm. He is not going to play college football, though. He's going to head to be a radiation tech. That's his next choice. But, boy, he threw over 6,000 yards, Caden, for his for his career.
And again, I'm chuckling, folks, because that's just a phenomenal amount of yardage for a high school quarterback to throw.
Wyatt Brocious on the 2-point conversion. He's the other quarterback from Bloomsburg. He is in, and it's an early 8-0 lead. Back to Maurer. 87 touchdowns, 27 interceptions. Line Mountain 11-1 last year, Coach. Won the first ever District 4 single-A title. They play in the Mid-Penn Conference. They have a lot of players here tonight playing on this team. That was a special class that came out through really Line Mountain last year.
Great job by, again, we've seen the replay right here. Wonderful job by Monty Fisher, splitting that defense, getting in there, finding that dead zone, wide open for the quarterback to see him. And, again, they strike early on the first play. This is the All-Star game, folks. Again, remember, they've only had about 5 practices.
Starting Sunday.
Starting Sunday. So they've had technically four practices to come together, and they're relying on their.
And we talked about North dominating the series over the past 6 years. Kind of even, but North the last 2 years have come up big, including Levier last year. South had a chance against Danville, and they were driving, but North defense came up big.
They stonewalled them right at the end there, did a great job. We always talk about rising at the proper time, proper moment, and the defense last year for the North did that.
So, teeing things up for the South, Cole Harvey from Danville. He'll do the kickoffs tonight. He has 2 touchbacks on the year, and looks like Jaleel Coates from Loyalsock headed to Seton Hill will do the honors. Coates, we saw him last year as Loyalsock took on Bloomsburg. He had a big day in that game. He's playing wide receiver tonight, so that's how deep the North running back room is.
And talking to Coach
from his 6.
Yep.
Pick that up in a minute. So a lot of guys not used to playing special teams out there. They do a nice job, and they'll bring it up past the 26-yard line. And doing the quarterbacking, he's the only quarterback really on the roster from Loyalsock, headed to Bloomsburg, Danny Dowell.
And Danny Dowell, again, you look at his numbers, 165 attempts, over 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Last year, and talking to Coach Van Fleet prior to the game, he said they were going through so many kids that he had 23 kids at the end of the season injured on the sideline. And so that's why Jaleel was all over the field for them, and especially at the Bloomsburg game, which we televised.
Absolutely. This is Banks, our spotlight player. He's got a gap. Banks shoots through with some great speed. Still on his feet. Shedding tackles. Christian Banks out of Montoursville. Play number 2 is a touchdown. We got ourselves a barn burner, and we're just a minute and a half into this game. Only 35 seconds into this game, Coach. I looked up 35 seconds into this game. We have 2 touchdowns, and Coates goes the different distance, 74 yards.
What a great job with that outside zone. And look at the burst he has. Great ball security, covers up the points of the ball, and he just has great speed. Get away from him, and you see him just go right down that sideline in there. 74 yards for that touchdown. Brings the game within 2 points right now.
Banks, 18 touchdowns last year, 7.6 average. He has 3,500 yards for his career. They get 41 high school touchdowns. So they'll go for 2. They have to match what the South did. So Dow, with shifting some players in. This will be Bo Sechrist now, sidecar. They got to watch the play clock. They just get it up. Dow, good runner, finds gap. Dowell's in, and we're tied at 8 with 11:24 left in the first half. 36 seconds into this game, and we've already scored 16 points.
Wow, this is going to be a long night, folks. An exciting night for us up here in the booth and down on the field. The kids are really psyched to play their last game. Sometimes the defenses, they're just a little tentative because they're playing a different defense than what they might be used to. The rules that are in place are the Big 33 rules, so they can't blitz, they can't stunt. They have to play a base defense, and that's what happens when you have all-stars.
We have some time, so let's take a look at the Blaise Alexander starting lineup. We already saw Maurer to Fisher. They've already connected on a big touchdown.
Yes, they did.
Opening play of the game. So how about we look at some of the other guys? We'll see them throughout the night. Shadell from Line Mountain, Murray, we talked about him from Mifflinburg,
yes.
Smeltz from Line Mountain, and Carter Rupp from Danville. Up front, we'll give us some of the numbers quick, but we got Bridle, another Line Mountain guy, Fulmer from the state champion Southern Columbia Tigers, Kroll from right here in Milton, Mifflinburg. We didn't talk about them. We'll talk about Xavier Kroll, and then Luke Blisevich from Danville is your offensive line. What we got numbers?
And again, they only averaged 219 pounds across the board, but their second team averages 260 pounds. So when that second team comes in, they're going to be able to move people out of the way pretty easily, I would imagine.
And what I said to you is that a lot of those second team players are playing on the defensive line. As you saw, they got an early rush on the Mauer on the touchdown pass, but he moved up in the pocket and found Fisher for the touchdown. So, Passetti, low line drive kick. Taken by Coleman again. Oh, he knocks it out of bounds, so the South will have the field position inside the 10, about the 7-yard line. And we'll time now to look at the North defense. So, Rakestraw from Montoursville, Lope from Jersey Shore, Johnson, Loyal Sock, and King from Loyal Sock. The linebackers, they play a 4-4 in this game. Ryan, Jersey Shore, Naughton for Williamsport, Seacrest going to start at linebacker, Jersey Shore. And then Masjo from Wellsboro. The secondary, quarterbacks, and a safety, 4-4-3. Watkins, Jersey Shore, Tara from Montoursville, Stackhouse from Hughesville. And back to Seacrest. It was going to be between Banks and Seacrest in our pregame spotlight, but both Seacrest. How about a career? 370 total tackles, 34 for a loss, and 3 interceptions. He's going to head to Lycoming to play his college football. So Brocious now going to lead the offense from Bloomsburg. We get his numbers in a minute. He's more of a running quarterback, and he finds room. We have a big hit by Coates. No, big hit by, I think it was Coates.
That's
hard to tell,
like,
but there's a flag before that. So here's the right at you into the running room, into your living room. Here comes Brocious.
Bam. Number 9.
Yeah, Maxwell Fogelman from Warrior Run. With the big hit, it's going to go for naught, though, because we're going to have a flag on the play, holding call, and this will back up the South team.
The interior, the defensive interior right then, Lope and Johnson Loy from Loyal Sock, they did a nice job penetrating. They reestablished that line of scrimmage, and the quarterback and the running back were running for their life.
So after the holding call, remains first down. Brocious pitch to the outside to Fisher from Milton, getting the start on his home turf. Monty, last year, 1,484 yards and 17 touchdowns. He had 238 yards against Central Columbia for a 5'10", 195-pound Monty Fisher. Another kid headed to Lockhaven.
We have a lot of local talent. Kids going close to home. They've got their family. They've got their friends that will be able to come and still watch them now on Saturday afternoons.
Good defensive play on that no gain. Brocious getting pressure. Flushed. Finds a little room and gets pushed out of bounds on the far side by Rakestraw from Montoursville. Minimal game. Call it about 2. So it'll be 3rd and long now facing the South.
Tell you what, Brocious, we saw him when 2 years ago when we did their game with Dallas, and he is just not afraid to run. I mean, he just goes full speed, puts that
Brocious?
Yes.
Yeah, Loyal Sock last year.
I'm sorry, it was Loyal Sock, yes. Yeah. Boy,
but yeah, he is not afraid to run. He threw for 2,483 yards last year alone and 25 touchdowns. And he can also run the ball. He's headed to Bloomsburg as well, and he will stay at quarterback. Brocious looking for anyone open, still directing traffic. What a move by Brocious. Picks up a block, has a first down, and more past the 30-yard line. That is Wyatt Brocious from Bloomsburg doing his best to lead the South.
And Cole Harvey from Danville. Key block here, folks. Watch as he picks them up down here. The receiver comes in, does for a nice little chip block. Right, coming up right now, folks, right there. Head was in front, a clean block. Boy, what a way to keep that drive alive.
Oh, Brocious, talked about him on the ground, 821 yards last year, 10 touchdowns. In fact, Brocious ran for 1,800 yards in his career and 25 touchdowns, and he threw for 57. So over 60 touchdowns combined for this guy headed to the Huskies. Big pressure up front, but he pops through. Fakes out Sechrist. And Brocious showing his athleticism, and finally a flag comes in. I think this might be a face mask.
I agree.
Add that on, and a nice gain for number 1.
Again, Wyatt Brocious, we've seen this young man progress from running back to quarterback, and he owns it.
We said he's more of a running quarterback. He's going to stay at quarterback at Bloomsburg for Frank Sheptock right now anyway, right?
Yes.
Danny Dowell's going to Bloomsburg, right? We saw them match up last year, but he's going to switch to safety. So both guys playing in the PSAC for the Huskies. So a lot of PSAC guys, a lot of guys going Division III as well. We'll give those guys throughout. And there's also those guys who just put the pads on for one last time, trying to get that high school football experience behind them. Inside to Fisher. Fisher finds a gap. Nice job by the offensive line for a gain of 10.
Great job by left guard Greg Fulmer from Southern Columbia and Xavier Kroll from Mifflinburg do a nice job, what we call turnout block. They'll drop with their right foot or their outside foot, I should say, and they just take the defensive line where he wants to go. And that's why that opened up for that first down.
Carlos Terra from Montoursville makes the tackle. Terra headed to Penn College out in Williamsport. So another set of downs. They're inside the North Territory for the first time tonight as a possession. Brocious checking his wristband. Again, both teams 4 or 5 practices at best. Brocious back, has some time. Good job by the offensive line. Out to the outside. Trying to connect over there.
To number 27.
To number 27. Jaden Passetti from Jersey Shore.
Well, no, that's not Jersey
That's
Shore
not
helmet.
a Jersey Shore helmet.
I'm just going from the roster,
I know,
folks.
we'll double check it. I know we're.
And there were some changes. There were additions and deletions.
It was Max Fogelman from Warrior Run.
Okay.
Fogelman from Warrior Run is now 27. So, Brocious going to go deep. Nice high pass. Has a receiver in. Oh, and it's caught.
Wow.
What a catch downfield by Cole Harvey from Danville using his fingertips. They give him the touch. They give him the possession at the 1-yard line. He's down. What a pass from Brocious to Harvey.
Watch this. High points it. He laid it in there beautifully. Look at this, folks. Both hands, pinky to pinky. And again, he's down by contact.
He hauled it in.
Yeah, he did. That was great concentration. He beat the defender and a well-placed ball.
44-yard strike. You know, maybe Frank Sheptock sees something he likes from that Brocious kid. He's keeping him at quarterback. Threw a nice pass there to Harvey. And Harvey's a kid as Brocious takes it in for the South touchdown. Harvey's a kid. Last football game ever as a high school athlete. So he gets a great catch in the All-Star game. Brocious does the honors. And we have another score, 6:43 left in the first. 14-8 the score now. South over the North.
Here we go with it. Just a quarterback keep. Well-designed play. Again, you can't play a goal line defense in there. So all you can do is just hope the offensive line does their job blocking, and the defensive line's got to get a little bit more penetration in there.
7-play drive. They'll go for 2 again. Both the teams have good kickers, by the way.
Yes, they do.
So it's not because they don't have kickers. I think now that you started a trend. Brocious looking for a block on the outside. They string them out, and Brocious is going to be down at the 5, and the extra point is no good. We're going to need a timeout. We need to take a breath. With 3 scores in the first 6.5 minutes here in Milton. 14-8 the score. South over the North.
You're watching the UPMC District 4 All Star football game. presented by Blaise Alexander Family Dealerships on MyTV WQMY.
Sponsored by UPMC Orthopedic Care. The orthopedic specialists at UPMC are highly skilled and trained in the most advanced techniques and procedures, ensuring optimal outcomes and faster recovery time for you. For more information, visit upmc.com/NCPA Ortho.
We're not even midway through this first quarter, Coach, and it's already 14-8. 22 points up on the board. The South goes 9 plays, 81 yards. Brocious already, 43-yard strike through the air, 4 rushes for 33 yards, averaging over 8.3 yards per carry, and has a touchdown. So Coates, from his 12, loyal Sock grad, headed to Lockhaven, headed to Seton Hill, and he finds more room. Already with a big return, they're inside South territory. They're going to mark it at the 48-yard line.
Boy, was that look how smooth he is. Tucks the ball away. Good burst here. Breaks through a couple tackles. Stiff arms. Watch the hurdle here. Whoop. There he goes. I tell you, Bob, for these teams only having 4 practices, special teams, kids look so comfortable, so smooth out there. Offenses are doing it. The defense, boy, we had that big, huge hit by Lucas Naughton earlier.
So Dowell in, back at quarterback. 3 wideouts to the far side. They're going to hand it inside the Banks, and Banks has already broken one. Oh, he loses the ball. I should say that's Carson Simply, the fullback. And Simply coughs it up, and it's recovered by the South.
They go with their trap on here. You saw the big guy, the big guard, 66, pull out, kick out the end. And he lost the ball on the way down, folks. That was a nice job.
Coleman with the big hit, Coach.
Yep, number 5.
And then the recovery by number 22 on defense, Caden Komet out of Mifflinburg. So first turnover of the game goes to the North, and South will have it at good field position at their own 35-yard line. Maurer back out as quarterback for the South. So Brocious did his job. Now Maurer trying to match that. Already has a touchdown pass through the air. Maurer with a strong arm out to the outside. Great catch on the outside.
That was number 4. Talon Pyatt from Southern Columbia, I believe.
No, I think there's 2 4s. Yeah,
there's 2 4s. Okay.
2 4s. We're checking our rosters. Where did I put my roster? They changed numbers before the game. So here we go.
Yellow helmet.
It could be. It's definitely a Lime Mountain player. I don't have 2-4. I only have the Southern Columbia player as number 4. We'll check on that at halftime. Well, we know this is the quarterback from Lime Mountain, Maurer. Strong arms it out to the far side. Oh, and he loses the ball. Nope.
Up.
Got some jawing going on.
Don't push. Again, All-Star game, guys. This is about District 4 All-Stars and their scholarship right now.
Bryce Smeltz from Lime Mountain, I think, is going to get the flag. He's the one that caught the ball. Had to Muhlenberg to play. He caught the pass from Maurer. Nice gain on it. Not sure what happened after the play, however. That's what the officials are going to talk about. It came out immediately. So I don't know if there's some jawing down there, some pushing and shoving off the ball, because it is man-to-man coverage.
Yes.
And here are your referees tonight from District 4. Reeser, Zimmerman, Kaufman, Hawk, Strauss, Ship, and Williams. Your crew here tonight. Ed Reeser is your referee in the white hat. He'll make the call. So we're going to have offsetting penalties, it looks like.
So you see, it was just a good job stepping up. He just lines it out there.
Or maybe he didn't like to hit low.
I think it was probably he didn't. He took the fence and then he punched him.
Yeah, I think the referees didn't see the punch, because if he punched him, he'd probably be out of the game. Yeah. So that was Carson Watkins from Jersey Shore who took the brunt of that hit there. So they're going to call offsetting penalties.
And again, folks, the officials, it's the first time they've put on their zebra outfits since, if they were fortunate enough, December to call the state games. But most of the officials are done in November. So, you know, they've got a rough job now, because tempers and their excitement of the ball players really sometimes get the best of them. And again, they're still kids.
Well, second down now for the South team inside North territory again. Maurer, strong arms it over the middle, has his receiver at the 26-yard line, gain of 19.
Number 7, that would be Carter Rout from Danville.
Yep.
Ball got tipped, and look at that. Good job with the bounce, getting that hand down.
Yep, Raup headed to nursing school. 11 touchdowns in his career. But he had to play quarterback last year for Danville, excuse me.
Yes.
Because a lot of injuries last year. So he ended up playing quarterback and threw for 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. So playing wide receiver tonight. South on the move again. Inside trap. That is Landon Murray, the Mifflinburg product. Makes a cut to the outside, pushed out of bounds, and a gain of 6.
He's got great vision. You'll see this on this inside trap. It wasn't there. Great job by the defensive interior to shut that door, and he bounced it to the outside for 6 yards.
So Maurer back. 4 for 4 on the night, 73 yards and a touchdown. He's perfect so far. He throws a nice ball. And he's back, has pressure, steps up. Gets the first down, ridden out of bounds by Bo Sechrist. But the South will have it at the 13-yard line of the North, trying to add on to their lead already.
Great job by the North secondary there. Watkins and Carlos Tira and Stackhouse back there taking away all those receivers playing man-to-man. Nowhere for him to throw, so what's he do? He steps up, gets a first down.
Well, after an exciting 5.5 minutes, things have kind of settled down. Nice drive now being put together by this South team. After the turnover by the North, Maurer back, steps up, has running room. Stops, looking. Sechrist grabs him, and finally he's taken down, and another late flag from the back judge. I saw someone piling on. I didn't know who that was. If it was Stevens or Wellsboro. We'll see what the call is, because Sechrist grabbed him, but I don't think he had the helmet.
I'll tell you, Caden Maurer did a real nice job with his patience. You saw he could have run, but he was looking for his receiver.
Okay. They did. I guess they did grab his face mask, so add that on to that play.
Incidental. It's only a 5-yarder. Wasn't intentional. So you see, and right here is what I was saying. He holds up right there, and he just was looking for his receiver. And right there's the face mask.
Inside, Fisher taken down by, looks like number 8. Jersey Shore. Yep, Carson Watkins steps up from his quarterback position. So it's second down on the way.
It's amazing how this South team, as you said, 4 playoff teams on one roster.
We're not playoff teams. We're talking about district champions. District champions. Line Mountain, Southern Columbia, Mifflinburg, and Shamokin all have representatives on the South team. Maurer over the middle. Finds the receiver. Big hit. Knocks it down.
Number 7. That's Luke Ryan on one, and I didn't see. I know they bracketed him, so I wonder who the corner was.
I think 36 came in, Coach.
That would be Chase Jones.
Chase Jones from Montourzo. He may be getting the penalty. I think he hit him. We're going to say it was on Ryan?
That's what.
Not sure what that call was, but I thought Ryan made a nice play. Makes the hit.
Right there. Great job.
I just don't think he let him go after the whistle. The whistle blew. You don't hear it.
Right, and this is.
Oh, they're calling it tight. What I can tell you, that was Bryce Smeltz was the intended receiver, so that should be
first. It's just
should
first.
Be
yeah.
Should be.
Wait,
it's on the field. It says third down. We're going with that.
On the scoreboard, it says second.
Yeah. Third down and 2. Maurer to Fisher. Finds gap. Fisher
touchdown.
In for a South touchdown. Monty Fisher on his home turf. His second touchdown of the night. 1 through the air and 1 on the ground.
Right in there. Just all that is inside zone. Good push. Look at number 62, folks. Doing a great job. Xavier Kroll from Mifflinburg getting to the second level and driving them back. Forming a natural alley for the running back, Monty Fisher, to get that 4-yard touchdown.
I think no one wants to kick a PAT. Maybe because it's hard, you didn't practice it all week. Because you have the kickers, but how much practice time did you actually do with a long snapper, a holder, and all that?
Well,
I don't know.
With the 2-point conversion, they got the first, didn't get the second. They're still okay. 14 points, so they're okay. They get the extra point here, but they're going for 2.
Maurer back, has time, looking. Finally threads a needle and connects for the 2-point conversion to Carter Rupp from Danville. So with that, the South extends their lead now 22-8. 2:12 left in the first, and they convert the turnover into points. Well, we knew the South team could be dangerous under Cody Botts, the Mifflinburg head coach, coming in as AAA champs. He was on the ball all week. So
you see him coming into your screen on the left there with the whistle around his neck.
So Monty Fisher already has 2 touchdowns. He's getting a breath, and that means he's going to talk to Jackson on the sideline. Jackson, how's Monty doing?
Hey, Bob, I'm here with Monty Fisher. 2 touchdowns early here on his own turf. Monty, how does it feel?
Feels pretty good. I can't take all the credit. The offensive lineman and us coming together feels great, and it's fun.
And Monty, what's your plans post-graduation here?
Go to college to Lock Haven, already committed to play football and study sports management.
Congratulations, Monty. Back to you, Bob.
Well, Lock Haven's getting a good one. Obviously, he already created a nice catch through the air, got open, and then, then a nice run there. Has 2 touchdowns on his home turf, headed to play for the Eagles out there of Lock Haven in the PSAC. So the PSAC's a lot different this year, too, because Lackawanna College is coming in. So I think Lock Haven might be going out to the west, and their east is now the east, and adding Lock Haven in. So, but a lot of local kids on the Bloomsburg team, the Lackawanna team, the Lock Haven teams, East Stroudsburg team. And that's the way it should be.
And now when I was at Millersville a long time ago, it was kind of like an east-west thing, but that's neat to see that Lackawanna is coming into the PSAC. That's going to be great for their program. Coach Ross, great guy, great coach. I was fortunate to work with him for just 1 year at Misericordia. And then, you have Coach Sheptock, a legend down at Bloom. So, I mean, East Stroudsburg, Jimmy Terwilliger took over. He's just an enthusiastic guy. He's got the Warriors going in a great direction. So there's going to be a lot of great battles this year in the PSAC East.
So they're going to tee it back up for the South team. We can't let out Lockhaven. Joe Battaglia. First
no
winning,
disrespect.
They had their first winning season. Lockhaven did last year in 44 years. 44, Coach. They were 6-5. So he's got them going in the right direction. Short kick, taken by one of the up men for the North. That's Carson Stackhouse from Hughesville, and he brings it up to the 34-yard line. Hard hit down there from number 3 on special teams. And that is Axton Kozer from Columbia Montour Votech.
And Dowell's coming back in at the quarterback position.
So let's see now. After the 9-play, 67-yard drive by the South to take the 22-8 lead, let's see what the North can do. They're hailing inside to Sechrist, and Sechrist, breaks a tackle. Nice job getting in there from number 62 for the South coach, Xavier Krull from Mifflinburg.
Nice job in there. Great job. Again, they're doing that kick-out block. They're trapping with the backside guard. That's Caden Smith, 6'1", 266 pounds, from South Williamsport, kicking that out, just forming that nice little alley in there for another 6-yard gain.
South team already has 176 yards. Total offense, 88 for this North team. Dow strong arms it. He has his teammate Coates open inside South territory on the connection to the 33-yard line. So it's a 27-yard gain for this North team.
And look how smooth I said Jaleel Coates gets a nice 27-yard reception here. Great job, hauls it in. And again, he just nonchalant. That's just how smooth. And Coach Van Fleet just said how much of a great kid he is. His athletic ability is just, as you can see, is just phenomenal.
Sechrist up the middle, has a gap, shoots through, breaking tackles, holds on to the ball, and it'll be 1 yard short of the first down right at the 25-yard line.
I saw 27 come in for the tackle, but I'll tell you, look how well this young man runs. Hits, spins, he's wrapped up. He almost lost the ball, but nice job in there.
Kroll had him and kind of knocked him down out of Mifflinburg. Kroll, 71 total tackles last year, 179 for his career for Mifflinburg. So now the North on the move. We've had an offensive showing here in this All-Star game, and it's a first down for Sechrist to the 22-yard line. Both offenses kind of feeling it here.
What's interesting is that the defensive line average is 262 pounds, and right now the North's offense is 240, but they're getting good leverage and they're getting the angles on them. Again, that time Sechrist decided to cut back.
Well, it's a very entertaining first quarter here at an All-Star game, and why not? We're in Milton for the District 4 Football Coaches Association, North versus the South. After one, it's the South leading 22-8. If you are just joining us for this All-Star game, you have missed a lot already. First 2 plays from scrimmage, touchdowns, 1 for each team. We're 22-8 after 1 quarter. Coach, 302 total yards between the 2 teams, and we're only 1 quarter into this All-Star game.
Boy, I also was just looking at the scoring drives. Monty Fisher had about a 72-yard pass reception for a touchdown. Banks, he ran one off for 74 yards. So we want to talk about an evenly matched game, but right now the South is pulling away.
They are, but right now the North is knocking on the door just outside the red zone, trying to put a nice drive together by themselves. Sechrist, right side has room, picks up a couple blocks, and a flag comes in. We're going to have holding. Holding on the inside. I think Elijah Harvey from South Williamsport is going to be called for that. Kind of stuck his hands up and said, wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Well, it was. That's coming back.
When you get a defensive lineman that's down on the ground like, come on, it was pretty obvious. But the burst that Bo Sechrist has, that's what's keeping this North team. Here you go, right here. Watch. You see how he pulls around? He does a pin and pull, and you just see it right there. He just lassoed him. He just clamped the right hand on his numbers in the front, left hand on his where his name would be.
So back still, but still first down. Call it about 17-yard line. 17 yards to go. Dowell back, has time, flushed, has running room. Dowell with legs. Dowell down the sidelines, nailed out of bounds. And he's going to say he's out at the 14-yard line, maybe just a couple yards short of that first down.
Great vision there by Dowell from Loyalsock. Goes right over and gets the play. And right now, Jax is on the sideline with Kaz Curry.
Jackson, go ahead.
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with Kaz Curry, the son of George Curry. Kaz, your father spent 46 years as a head coach with a lot of that time at Berwick. 455 career wins, which ended up, at the time, being the most of all in Pennsylvania State history. How's it feel? What's the feeling for him to get this honor, for the Berwick community and your family?
It's a tremendous honor, and if he were alive today, he would tell you that, he had nothing to do with it. It was all the kids. And he just loved every one of them, whether it was at Lake Lehman, Berwick, or Wyoming Valley West. They all played hard, and, of course, the majority of his time was in Berwick. But, he always would give the credit to the kids, and any loss was his fault, and, always approached you from that perspective.
Thank you very much, Kaz. Congratulations again.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you. All right.
So George Curry will go into the District 4 Coaches Football Association's Hall of Fame. We will have that ceremony at the half. 4 others here. Also, Brett Veach was your honorary captain. Dowell, a lot of room. Dowell, one move, touchdown. Danny Dowell, no flags, 13 yards. And the North scores.
Great job by the offensive line, giving him time, but the receivers ran all their guys off. They ran the linebackers and cornerbacks off. Great alley in there. You saw Dowell's speed to get in there, chipping away at this, making this more of a game.
They will go for 2 to try to cut this lead to 6, trying to match score for score against this powerful South team tonight. So far, they've done a nice job, so they'll keep Dowell in with Sechrist to his sidecar. They'll give it to Sechrist, left side, puts his head down, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. And 22-16 now the score as the South takes it on a nice drive. 66 yards, led by Danny Dowell. So Dowell using his legs, a little bit of the arm, good running in there by Sechrist, and just like that, we have ourselves a ball game, and Sechrist will head to Lycoming right down the road, or Jersey Shore. He had 286 yards against Athens this year. That's his season high. And remember, Bo's been around for a couple years now, helped Jersey Shore to some district titles, and with success into the state playoffs.
24 touchdowns in a season. Great athlete.
Nice crowd on hand here at beautiful facility in Milton. Our first time here doing a live game, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you to the Coaches Association, Mike Kokut, the president, also to Rod Harris, the AD here, and his staff for helping us out here this afternoon. And we got ourselves a pretty good all-star game, Coach.
Yeah, we do. I'll tell you, this is what it's about. You get these kids that are, quote, all-stars, and they're showing what they can do when they get the ball. The hardest thing when you only have a practice for 4 of them, you can kind of throw teamwork out because you can't gel a team in 4 days. But these kids understand what they're playing for, how they're supposed to play this game, and the coaches have done a great job getting both sides to understand why they're here today.
So Passetti has it teed up for this North team from Jersey Shore. Has a nice strong arm. Coleman back to receive along with
squib kick.
Squib kick. Taken by an up man. I don't know if that was on purpose, but you know what? Anything goes in the All-Star game. Great job picking that ball up by the South team. Was that 57?
57. Coach? Jersey Shore, I think. Jersey Shore kid?
Yeah. Danville guy.
Oh, Danville. I'm sorry. I saw an orange helmet.
Plasevich from Danville. Luke Plasevich, number 57. He's got good hands in there.
Yes, and again, that's a front lineman's dream come true right there. And he didn't fall on the ball. He caught it and tried to gain some yardage.
So the South team, up by 6, will have the ball inside North territory to start this drive now. And it's Wyatt Brocious back in at quarterback, so we're going to see Maurer and Brocious alternate here tonight. Brocious wanted to go to the left side. He had his receiver covered, so he's going to use his arm. Flag comes in. This is coming back, I think, another holding call. Because I think that's the only way Brocious got to the outside. Good job by the South team. No, the North team, excuse me, to cut the angle off. So this one's coming back from the point of the foul. So it'll be first down, maybe about 15 yards for the South team, right at the North 49-yard line.
Well, Brocious, he rolled to his left. He pumped it. He was looking, but the receiver wasn't there, and he took the ball literally to his own hands and ran to the right. Oh, nice
Gets
job
it out
with
to
the strip.
Whedon. Whedon catches it, but coughs it up. Sechrist there with the hit. And North gets the turnover.
If we can show this on replay, this is what coaches practice. We do a turnover drill, and that's what they're doing down here. They're having some fun. Now watch this. It was a swing pass, comes out. They converge. First man wraps. Second man, watch it. Look how he pulled that ball out.
Yeah, Sechrist strong arms. Pulls this one out. Recovered from the North from number 6 coach. That was Connor Garrison from Athens who recovered the fumble. So the North will have it right at midfield. Trailing by 6, 9:42 left in the first half. So first down for the North. Dowell. Handoff inside the Banks. Banks shooting through for 4. Time now to go down to Jackson with a special guest. Jackson, what do you have?
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with Mike Koga. He's the president of the District 4 Coaches Association, as well as the AD and the head coach at Bloomsburg High School. Coach, what does this game mean to the community and the players of District 4, and why is it so important that we play it?
I think it's a great gathering. I think the neatest thing is a lot of these guys played against each other. Now they get to play together. They get to know each other. So they may have been fierce opponents, but now they actually get to be friends and form new friendships. So it's pretty cool.
Absolutely. Thank you. Back to you, Bob.
So flag down on that, Coach. I missed the call. Did you hear it? Did you see it?
I didn't see. It was a big one.
So back to the 40 it goes. So it's 1st and 20 now. 2nd and 20, excuse me. And they're going to hand it to Banks. Banks to the outside. Has speed and room. Christian Banks sheds a tackle and finally dragged out of bounds. Gain of about 12.
He just got the penalty yardage back.
Yep. J.P. Marr from Mifflinburg, headed to Wilkes, makes the tackle.
There you go. They just go with the sweep. You see both guards pulling. Number 54 doing a nice job with the lead blocks out there. And Caden Smith, number 78, doing a real nice job leading up there for him.
So it's now 3rd and manageable for Howard Rainey's team, the Hughesville coach. Out quickly. Flag comes in. I think this one's coming back. Wyatt Brocious, no, excuse me. Nahir Thomas from Loyal Sock caught the pass. Made a nice gain, but then the flag came in real early.
I'll tell you, that was a great call. I love that zip screen up to the inside.
We'll sort this one out, then we'll head down to Jackson. Holding against the North again, so let's go down to Jackson with Wyatt Brocious. Jackson.
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with Wyatt Brocious of Bloomsburg. Wyatt, 2 touchdowns, 1 passing, 1 running. You've shown how elusive you are. What type of player do you like to be?
I like to be a player that, can lead their team to victory and keep all the guys around them locked in and focus on the goal.
Absolutely. And Wyatt, where are you going post-grad? What are your future plans?
I'm going to BU and playing football, studying sports management.
Congratulations. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, we talked about Wyatt already. And teammate Dow, next year's teammate, I should say, looking, and makes the catch. He makes nice job from number 3, Luke Krieger, to come back for that. But he's going to be well short of the first down, so he could have our first punt of the game.
Danny Dow directing traffic back here as he should, trying to get it go. He's telling go, and then it covered, and a nice job by Krieger coming back. Now, again, on the punt, if memory...
Another flag, yeah. So go ahead, sorry.
No, another flag. Let's get the call.
This is what happens in kind of an all-star game, folks. The kids haven't played football in a while. They're amped up and eligible downfield. So 4th down, they declined the penalty. We should see our first punt of the night for the North team. So good job by the South defense. And it should be Ryan coming in to punt this.
Only 3 players can release downfield, and only the 2 ends can rush the punter. Again, we're going for Big 33 football rules.
So Luke Ryan, 40-yard average for Jersey Shore last year. Had 19 inside the 20. So Coleman back to receive. Good snap. No pressure. High kick. Coleman going back. And he's going to let this one roll into the end zone. So Ryan has a strong arm. 7:28 left in the half. 22-16 remains the score. And pretty entertaining, but things have slowed down. South now, they came up with the defense. Let's see now what the offense can do. Try to maybe extend this lead a little bit. North has had their opportunities.
They certainly have.
Calls a fumble, but couldn't get that one downfield. Too many penalties, really, so far on the North.
Well, they had 3 just on that drive in that series alone. And again, what's going to come into play later on will be the conditioning. Now, the weather has been phenomenal. The temperatures dropped, so we don't have to worry about kids really cramping up at this point. They've just got to stay hydrated.
5 penalties so far on the north for 40 yards. So Maurer comes back out as the QB for the South team. 4 of 5, 73 yards and a touchdown on the reverse. Big hits out there. Murray with a big hit. And then we have a flag. I'm talking about way downfield, Coach. I'm talking about the back judge way downfield. Coach came over. I don't know if something happened on the sidelines, but there's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct somewhere because the flag is literally on the sidelines. So that was a big hit put on there. And Murray from Mifflinburg kind of dealing that one out. Headed to Susquehanna. We talked about him in as our UPMC spotlight player. Yeah, as I said, Coates from Loyal Sock. Something happened on the sidelines. Maybe some guys just going a little bit too hard at it and a little bit late. Well, how about this hit right here?
Watch, tip the shoulder,
Bam!
boom. Okay, so now we see it out here.
Oh, yeah, down there.
Getting a little chippy, and again, it's an all-star game. And I saw at the one break in between, the coaches from both teams came out and they met with the officials. The officials were probably saying, coaches, tell the kids to throttle down, settle down, play football.
That was Garrison, number 6. We have a timeout on the field. 7:20 will stay right here. So Garrison made the hit on that one.
It's neat to see these kids, though, coming out, trying to give everything they got. Again, one last time for high school football. Some of these kids, again, like I'm looking at Nate Criswell, number 63, big guy, 6'2", 305 pounds from Mifflinburg. This is the last game he's ever going to play. He's going to go to work on the family farm. I mean, God bless him. I mean, we see kids going to colleges. We see a radiation tech going to.
Yeah, a lot
kids.
of Penn College kids.
Yeah.
A lot of kids, going
The
right to the
trades.
workforce.
Yes.
A couple going for HVAC. So, hey, I give them a lot of credit. They wanted to put the pads on one more time, take the hits, go through some of the sacrifice this week, and, as long as they're having fun, that's all that matters. So Maurer and his South team back. Little screen. Fisher, great job on the defense to read that. They make the play. Good job by the North defense.
Carson Sipley was the one that made the last hit, but it was flushed out by.
Looks like Sotilano from Quadowanesque Valley.
Nice job. Look at that. Great job, defensive line, getting upfield, breaking things up.
Brendan Comstock, from Athens. That was Brendan Comstock, 63, from Athens. Headed to the National Guard, made that. So Jackson has another interview. Let's see who we got, Jackson.
Kowski, Southern Columbia defensive end, South team defensive end. Ethan, you were an all-state player this year. Southern won another state championship. What was the feeling after your successful senior season?
It was amazing, to football, no better way to end it as a senior. And then we got baseball done, too.
I was just going to touch on that. He also won.
Crazy happened.
Clear. He also won a baseball state championship. What's the feeling with that? Two-time state champ in 2 different sports, something not a lot of guys can say.
It's definitely cool, especially, second time in school history. Hasn't been done in 26 years. It was amazing. And, senior year, no better way to end it.
And now one final question. How does it feel to be back out on this football field after baseball concluded one last time under the Friday Night Lights?
It feels amazing. I was missing it for sure.
All right. Thank you. Back to you, Bob.
How about Ethan? That's it. Football, baseball championships. There you see the flag. And this is the last time he's going to put the pads on.
Yeah.
Wants to be an electrician after this.
Well, I'll tell you what. God bless them, because we lost power twice this week. And those guys that are climbing the poles have at it.
Get up to Jan's house. We have a timeout South. 6:23 left in the half. Then coming up at halftime, we have the District 4 Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame. They'll induct a number of former coaches and players, including Bob Veach Sr. We saw Brett Veach here in pregame. Carmen DiFrancesco. George Curry, we already talked to his son. Jack Young III, longtime coach, and Scott McLean, a longtime assistant at Muncie and also assistant at Lycoming. He's not here. He had a prior engagement, but we'll induct all those coming up at halftime here in Milton. So the first quarter kind of went pretty smooth. Now we got a lot of penalties happening. We got some chippiness. So, we got the defenses stepping up a little bit. And, Coach, now we have an all-star game. I mean, this is what we've seen in the past few years. So,
well, the adrenaline in that first quarter was buzzing. I mean,
it was.
I don't know if they all drank Jolt Cola, if that's still a thing or whatever. I'm showing my age right now, but it was just electrifying how the kids, both sides of the ball, were playing.
Kaden Maurer back. He's flushed.
Another flag.
Another flag comes in.
Picked
Intercepted. Picked off over the middle.
Number 15.
Carson Sipley from Athens headed to Wilkes. Number 15 with the INT, second career INT. The holding call will be declined, and the North will have the ball inside South territory at the 36-yard line.
What a great job. Look at how the defensive ends come flying up there, putting the pressure on. Bad ball. Great job stepping up in front of the receiver. Look at that. Boy, he was like a man possessed.
Look at, folks, Maurer doesn't throw interceptions. He only had 8 last year. Right?
8 out of 13 games, I believe.
Yeah. So just a bad pass, bad read, kind of forced it in there, and now we have a flag, an illegal substitution against the North. So they're calling it kind of strict here, Coach.
Well, they've got to.
Yeah.
And, again, it gets frustrating for the players. But the one thing they have to be leery of is they've got to keep their composure. It's not Canadian football, folks. You can't have 12.
Okay, 1st and 15. So now the North has the ball. They've run 13 total plays for 179 yards. And that's their 7th penalty for 60 yards. That's really costing the North here tonight, or they could be tied or in the lead. So Dowell has taken majority of the snaps. Going to go back to the outside. Finds Banks. Banks with some great speed. Christian Banks showing off the moves. 20-yard gain.
And now
first down and a late flag again.
That just was silly on, I think it was number 11. You just don't
Banks has to watch, too.
Yeah.
We don't want this game to end because of unsportsmanlike conduct. That's not how you want to do an all-star game. So now let's see if this is offsetting or really how this might cost the North, because that was a great run by Christian Banks. And we have not seen him, but I got to tell you, you see highlights of him, and they're pretty good.
He's the
real deal. He's got some speed headed to Lockhaven. Oh, they're going to call right on the defense, so it's going to be an added on. So a South penalty.
I think it was on number 11, J.P. Moore from Mifflinburg. Okay. So you'll see that he gets a great run, gets out of bounds, he's out. And then you're going to see, all of a sudden, a knee's going to be right up.
I think they just
right there. Okay, no, it wasn't 11. I apologize, folks. Again, he was out of bounds, and it just stopped. Play the whistle.
Okay, North with the ball, knocking on the door near inside the red zone. They'll head into the inside, couple-yard gain.
Isaac Glover from Shamokin, the big guy, number 75, folks, 335 pounds. When we did their game this year, he played center. He played both ways.
Both ways.
And I'll tell you what, for a big guy, he moves well, and he was well conditioned.
Headed to Lockhaven. Inside, Jersey Shore's Bo Sechrest can't get it in. And we have more flags, so we'll sort this one out.
I don't want to try to get you on film.
Hey, Brett. Good to see you again. Bob.
Good. Been a while. Yeah.
So we're back in the booth after the penalties, and we finally get Brett Veach, Kansas City general manager, 3 Super Bowl rings. He doesn't have any of the Super Bowl rings on. He didn't bring those tonight, did you?
I was contemplating bringing it, but
no Lombardi trophies with you?
Yeah, I've learned it's safer to travel with Adam.
Oh, yeah, probably.
But next time we win a Super Bowl, I'm definitely going to have to do that again. You know, we did that for our first Super Bowl back. The Super Bowl season was 19, but in the spring of 20, had everything kind of planned to do that. COVID hit. Now, we did it, but I had something bigger in mind. And now we've been fortunate enough to win a couple more, but next time, maybe we'll bring them all back.
Of course.
That'd
You
be
started
awesome.
Mount Carmel under Whitey. I know Whitey's here.
Yes.
Talk to me about just being at Mount Carmel. I know we talked about it before, but, you're a Mount Carmel kid through and through, and you keep coming back here, you keep giving back. And being a Mount Carmel kid, that is what you were all about, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That's the thing, wherever you go, and I've, again, been around football my entire life, but, I mean, you can ask any players in our locker room. I mean, that high school experience is so special, and I just feel so blessed to have grown up in Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania, where really football was everything, and, it did instill all the, the dedication, the hard work, attention to detail, but they did all those things, and I've learned all those things through the game of football, and so that was my training ground, and really I always, to this day I believe that, had I not grown up in Mount Carmel, I truly believe I wouldn't be where I'm at today just because it just laid the perfect foundation for me.
District 4 football, you see it out here. What's it like playing in District 4?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. The rivalries are great. The Friday nights here are the best in the state, but it's great to be out here, and it's funny because I was joking with Russ and, Mike Hogan, my dad, and Coach Williams, having played a lot of football in this state and seeing a lot of football. I've actually never been to Milton just because when I played, they weren't really on our schedule at the time.
Yeah.
But great facility here. They've done a great job putting this game on. It's a beautiful night. And, it's just great to see a lot of the local teams and their seniors represent their high schools one last time.
Your dad's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Talk to me about your father, what he meant to you growing up.
Yeah, I mean, really everything. And as I said, I was blessed to have been brought up in Mount Carmel, but even more blessed to be raised by my dad. I mean, he was one of those guys that demanded a lot, but he did so in a very caring and nurturing way. So, I mean, he's always, to this day, there's no coach or no mentor I've learned more from than my dad. So it's special for him, and it's special for me and my family to be here today.
Danny Dowell finds Bo Sechrest on the connection, about 20-yard gain. First and goal north with 4:26 left. We're joined by Brett Veach, the Kansas City Chiefs general manager. What's that? Could you ever dreamed of that? I mean, being a general manager of an NFL team, let alone win
Super Bowl,
let alone winning Super Bowls. But like when you were growing up in Mount Carmel, is it a dream or is it just the way it took you?
No, it's there's still occasional days that I have to pinch myself, if you will. It's the funny thing is I actually grew up, even though I was from Mount Carmel, I was a big Denver Bronco fan.
Yeah.
So
I remember that.
My childhood memories were flooded with wanting to beat the Chiefs and my full support was behind the Denver Broncos. And, another funny story, too, is my first year working with Coach Reed as a coach's assistant. I think the first year I was coach's assistant, I didn't go to the Combine. The next year he invited me to go to the Combine with him. And I swear to God, I get to the Combine, I check in, and I had to leave my room for the first time in Indianapolis to have our first meeting with the Eagles for the Combine. And I kid you not, the first person I saw at the Combine take the elevator from the 10th floor to the first floor was John Elway.
Oh.
That was like the moment in my career.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, that's John Elway,
Yeah.
And then, a decade later, he was a GM and I was a GM.
Yeah.
So then the next time I met him, we were shaking hands on the field. So
Unbelievable.
those moments,
Yeah.
really stick out in your mind. It's really cool. But yeah, listen, just really, fortunate that I've been in those positions. And, back to Mount Carmel, my dad, I just am grateful that when I got put in those positions, I had the work ethic and the drive and the determination instilled by my high school and through my father to capitalize and make the most of my opportunities.
When you were at Delaware, who was the head coach?
Tubby Raymond.
Tubby was still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, the legend.
I've had a lot of great ones. Coach Williams.
Yes.
Coach Raymond to Coach Reed. So,
Yeah.
Hall of Famers at every level.
Every level,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
That's neat.
I've just tried to be a sponge and soak up all that information and just learn from them and again, spoiled to some degree. Just at every stage, I've had the best of the best in regards to mentorship.
Well, I'm sure you had something to do with it, your development.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, I mean, listen,
you're a
not
sponge,
so much,
but you've
yeah.
done a pretty good job, I think, Brett. I mean,
Yeah.
with the picks you've
Yeah.
had, of course, with Andy's help, of course, you 3 Super Bowls. You've been with Kansas City for a long time.
Yeah, I guess it's about. Well, I've been there since 13.
Yeah.
I think I want to say around year 10 now as GM. So, yeah, it's been a long run, and again, blessed to have the success we've had. We had a down year last year, but looking forward to getting Mahomes back out there healthy. And
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think we got a good rookie class, so our division's really tough and competitive. So we have to have our horses ready to go. But again, looking forward to. I'm looking forward to getting back to St. Joe, Missouri for training camp on the 25th. But I'm not going to lie and say I'm enjoying this right now, and I do appreciate and value the few weeks you get. We can just take a deep breath and relax for a little bit.
Well, I'm sure you want to get out here for your dad. Your time is valuable. I understand that, and to be out here to be in the Hall of Fame, and I know people around here are proud of what you've done. But we got a serious question because Jan's wife texted me. She said, "You got to ask Brett. Did you meet Taylor Swift and are you going to the wedding?" That's what Jan's wife wants to know.
Oh, yeah.
So
my daughter-in-law is a big Swiftie, so I'll blame her.
So so she's been around. So this is for your wife?
Yeah,
Okay.
and my daughter-in-law.
Listen, me and my wife will be at the wedding. That's all I can say.
Okay.
I'm not anything inside.
Yeah, no.
We were just
We're looking forward to that. We'll be at the wedding. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it. And then as far as meeting her, my wife and my daughter has, she comes to all the games. So they've crossed paths of, after pregame and elevator rides and stuff like that. Obviously, as you can imagine, she's a wonderful person and always super kind and generous with her time. But to answer your question, I haven't really spent time with her.
That's fine.
I do have a different question. When you were coaching with Coach Reed your first year, how crazy were your hours? And what was entailed?
Yeah.
If you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, I mean my hours are really still crazy now, but for different reasons. But look, I remember when I was coach's assistant. When we got into the season, I think I slept at the office every Sunday and Monday night just because those were the busiest days for the coaches right after a game, and then getting everything ready and in order for them for Monday to get the new game scripts ready and the new game plans ready. Everything had to be ready to go. So, practices in the NFL are Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, and so Mondays and Tuesdays are huge work days, and most of that stuff starts trickling in right after a game on Sunday. So, and when your coach's assistant, his hours are your hours. So everyone knows the kind of work ethic Coach Reed has and how much time he spends in the office. So when you're his assistant, it's not a good look if he's there and you're not. So to answer that question, coming up through the system, my hours kind of mirrored Coach Reed's, which was pretty much all day.
Well, we have to let you go because you have to get down for the Hall of Fame. Yes, former Mount Carmel product and star, and now Kansas City Chiefs general manager Brett Veach. Brett, thanks for the time.
You bet, anytime.
Hopefully we talk to you before the Super Bowl this year again, right?
Yeah, let's try to pencil in a day to do a Zoom before that L.A. Super Bowl next year. Right?
That'd be great. You and the Rams. You and the Rams out in L.A. Awesome. Thank you for the time, and we really appreciate it.
I thought we were going to go Philly.
Dude. Okay, Eagles, sorry. Eagles. Yeah. Eagles and the Chiefs again. That's a rematch.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Thanks, Brett, for your time.
Thank you, sir.
On the field, we've had a punt. We've had a fourth down conversion.
Thank you.
And we've had a little bit of everything going back and forth. And we're under 2 minutes to play. So North has the ball with an opportunity now to tie it or take the lead before the half. So this second quarter has gone a long time. We've had a lot of penalties. We've had a bunch of timeouts. We talked to the players, but this is a typical All-Star game. This is what we expect to see, and we want to thank Brent Veach for joining us. We expect Jim Roth, Southern Columbia coach, with us in the third quarter, and maybe Justin Van Fleet from Loyal Sock in the fourth. We always enjoy talking to the coaches. Gets us ready for football season, folks.
It does, and just to have a Super Bowl winning general manager and then the all-time Pennsylvania State winningest coach joining us.
Dowell shedding tackles, knocked out of bounds at the 4-yard line, 104 left. Let's go down to Jackson real quick with a quick interview. Jackson, who do you have?
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with Alex Krull, number 72 from Milton, also on the South squad. Alex, how does it feel to be back out here one last time on the Milton turf?
Yeah, it's really nice to be back out here, especially playing at Milton. It's a really nice feeling. It's nice to come out here with all of our opponents that we played throughout these years and finally be teammates with them, get to know them, so it's pretty nice.
Absolutely, and now you're one of many players going to Lock Haven. What does it say about Lock Haven's recruiting, getting a lot of guys here from District 4?
Yeah, I mean, District 4, it might be a pipeline. I think there's 6 kids going there from the north and the south combined, so they had an up year last year. I mean, we're hoping to get better every year, so.
Now, Alex, what are your future plans? Where are you going to after this game?
I'm going to go to Lock Haven, play football. I'm going to be a center, so that's pretty nice to stay in my true position. I'm going to study pre-med, so that'll be pretty nice. I really like the medical fields.
Thank you, Alex. Smart guy down here. Back to you, Bob.
Absolutely. Jaleel Coates from Loyal Sock on the pitch gives the North a touchdown with 58 seconds left in this half. We're tied at 22, folks. Had a lot of offense here tonight. An enjoyable game, except for the penalties. But so far, we've seen a lot of good stuff. They're going to go for the PAT. Hold your horses. It might rain. Snow.
No, don't say that. No.
Okay. Passetti in for the PAT. 60 of 67 on the year. Hopefully I didn't jinx them. So for the lead before the half. And we offsides.
Now that'll change. That might change coach's mind.
Yeah. Let's see if the North now wants to go for 2. They'll move it a little bit closer. They are. They're going to bring the offense back in. Dowell on the sidelines. Christian Banks leading the way for this North team. 5 carries, 90 yards in the touchdown. Dowell, 3 carries, 55 yards in the touchdown. And Dowell will be back on with a yard to go for the 2-point conversion. So we talked about the running back room and how deep it has been. And, boy, we've seen Banks, Sechrist, and Coates. Not too bad. not a bad running back room.
If they ever thought about doing triple option, those would be the 3 guys I would want.
Absolutely.
Oh, plus throw a nice quarterback in there, like.
Well, Cody Botts is going to come back. There's plenty of time left and a timeout left. He's going to get the ball back. Let's see first for this 2-point conversion. Dowell gets a block. Puts his head down and shoots his way in. And the North comes back. They were trailing 22-8. They've scored 14 unanswered to take the lead. We'll take a timeout. 58 seconds left in the half. 2-point lead for the North.
You're watching the UPMC District 4 All Star Football Game. Presented by Blaise Alexander Family Dealerships on MyTV WQMY.
Well, we have a combined, Coach, 46 points in the first half between these two teams. 250 total yards for the North, 182 for the South, and we're not even halftime yet.
I mean, we're tied. I can only imagine how these kids are feeling.
I'm having
right
a great
now.
time.
This is
great.
awesome.
This is the way an All-Star game should be. We don't want to see a 6-0 game.
No.
We want to go back and forth, and we have. We've had great defense. We've had great offense. It's been a fantastic first half here at Milton. And this is Murray. Back to the outside. Good return, and he's still hitting people. Takes down Passetti, the kicker. No flag. And the South will have good field position right near midfield, trailing by 2, 50 seconds left. 45-yard line. Their own 45 they'll start this at. And we'll see who comes in at quarterback. It will be Maurer, the Line Mountain product, who will take over and try to lead this team under 1 minute left here in the first half.
And they have 2 timeouts left. And, folks, you just saw Landon Murray, 6'3", 205 pounds on that return. Given hits, not taken. He's given them.
Oh, we know why Mifflinburg won the AAA title last year. They ended up losing to Scranton Prep, I believe, in the second round of states. Maurer, little quick hitch, out.
Smart play, get out of bounds.
To Smeltz, his teammate, number 10. So they're inside North territory. Gain of 6.
Here's a replay. Again, great call. You just want to get quick hitters in there, get out of bounds. He did that. When you have that connection that you played with the kid for 3 years, you know, that's who he's going to look for.
Maurer chased. No sacks here tonight by either team. Maurer first down and knocked out of bounds at the 38-yard line. First down, South. As the lights are starting to take over in a very long first half. Maurer looking left, throwing left, outside. Little pitch route went incomplete. Looked like trying to hit
Cole Harvey. From Danville. He fell on his cut back in, on his comeback.
Stops the clock. So you see 34.6 seconds left. $16 unanswered points by the North. My math was a little bit off before. I got to get that back, Coach.
First game, Bob. We're allowed to. We're allowed to have a couple hiccups.
They have the lead. Maurer back, looking, has running room, and can't get it over. Trying to get Harvey again. A little low on the throw. Maybe should have ran, maybe get out of bounds, but he saw wide open receiver. So it's third down.
Well, Harvey's must have a little bit of a mismatch in terms of height there. So that's what I think why he's trying to feed him the ball.
Maurer, 7 of 12, 77 yards and a touchdown. Fisher behind Maurer. The lone back. 4 wideouts in for the South. Third and long. Big rush. Gets the outside and coming back and incomplete. That's Smeltz again. I don't know if it was tipped at the line of scrimmage, Coach. It looked like it came out.
It looked like it was a little bit different on the release. But, again, they're running these comebacks. I think what they're doing is trying to bait the defensive back in here. Let's see.
Slow it down, Ernie.
Yep, right there.
Yep.
Great job by the defensive end getting that height.
I didn't see a number. I don't want to. Might have been Hayden Stevens from Wellsboro. Kind of looks like a Wellsboro helmet. Number 52. So, 3 great defensive plays. Fourth down now. There you see 23 seconds left for the South. Trying to take back the lead. Fourth down and 10. Can't blitz, remember. 4-man rush. Maurer back. I think we had some movement. I think the right tackle move, Coach. I think Plisevich moved. Timeout on the field for the South. 21 seconds left.
Well, use up your timeouts. Get the kids settled down. Get them some extra H2O in there.
So what do we get out of the first half? I know what I got out of it. One thing.
Okay.
Brett Veach is going to the wedding. That's what I got out of that.
And he couldn't
the whole first half.
And he couldn't say more.
He's going to the wedding.
The wedding, folks. No, my daughter-in-law, Jenna, no, I couldn't get you tickets.
No, sorry. No tickets to the wedding. So, but what a remarkable, in all seriousness, Brett Veach, you can't dream of stuff like that growing up. You can't dream I'm going to be an NFL general manager and win 3 Super Bowls.
And again, how modest is this guy? I mean,
very gracious to us, too, during the year, like when they're in the Super Bowl years, did Zoom calls with all the local stations. Hey, makes a special trip out here to see his dad and
get inducted
to the Hall of Fame. He's got to go back. He talked about training camp. He's got, general manager things to do. Kansas City's didn't have their year last year. They want to get back. So, look at Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl would be outstanding.
I just can't. That's why I was trying to pick his brain.
Yeah,
like,
fourth and long, Coach.
What did you do?
Maurer flushed, finds a receiver.
Get out of bounds.
And it's going to be short of the first down. So the defense holds, and I think he's
I don't know.
I don't know about the.
This could be measured. No, they're saying first down.
First down.
Wow.
Wow, I thought he came up short.
Let's see this. This is a great job. Now, he's just so cool, calm, and collected. Pressure, and he gets the ball out. Heads up play. Again, when you're throwing, pitch and catch to your teammates. Well, there's no review.
Nope. No review on that. I think Banks is the one who knocked him out of bounds, playing linebacker. Well, 4 more downs, 13 seconds left for Maurer and company. Down 2. Maurer to the outside. Hits Smelts. Time rolls, and I think you get a quick timeout. Last timeout, 4 seconds left. Well, Cole Harvey is your kicker. I don't think he had any field goals last year when I looked him up. He was 3 for 4 in PAT, so it's not a true kicker.
Well, good discipline by the defensive backs right now because they are not biting on it. They're keeping their distance, even on the breaks when the receivers doing their comebacks. They're not biting. They're staying there. Then once the ball's caught, that's when they're zeroing in. I personally, I'd like to see them try to do something with their trips formation, motion to a trips. Go down. Do a simple flood pattern to stretch that defense.
Well, it's been an offensive explosion, as we talked about here in this first half. 468 yards of total offense so far. And we're only 24 minutes into this game, Coach. What time did you say? What time's your curfew?
Honey, I'll probably be home by midnight at this rate. That's all right.
So on first down, 4 seconds left. He sends the offense back in. 4-man rush. Maurer, got to look to the end zone. Goes to the end zone. Up. Interference.
And
flag's down. It's intercepted, but this one's going to be called back, and it'll be a free play. Intercepted by Coates. And Coates, rightfully so, runs off. Ran into a player on the sideline. So I think we're going to have a free play.
Yep. Can't end on a defensive penalty.
Nope. What else would you expect from a game like this, Coach?
Well, we're seeing a lot of everything. 2-point conversions. I mean, crazy stuff. I mean, going toe to toe.
time down. Again, it's man-to-man, so
He mugged
him.
He mugged him. He had his hands up, face guarding.
Was that Carson Sipley from
Yes.
Athens? Yeah. Another flag.
Oh, boy.
Somebody said something in there next to the ref. Well, I can tell you what's going to happen at halftime. Somebody's going to be talking to these two teams.
Yeah.
That was the Danville product again. That, according to the referee, 57. So, well, on time down now. Do you know what? From the original line of scrimmage. So you got 15 yards for the interference. You got 15 yards out back. So it's back to
first and 10.
First and 10. Well, really the last play of the half, untimed. You have to score to win. And the way this half's going, bet on a flag.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy is correct. Oh, boy is right. Okay, Maurer and company come back out. Got to go to the end zone. And we know it's a four-man rush. He's looking left. He's flushed. Flag.
Another flag. There it is, Bob.
Holding.
You said it.
Yep. This is going to be holding, I think. That's the first sack of the game.
Stop. Guys, stop. It's half now. Another flag.
So let's figure out Kingston Fisher, I believe. Kingston Fisher from Montoursville had the sack. Let's just establish that. Now we have multiple flags on the field, one on assistant coach. So we'll see what happens at the half here, Coach. I think.
Wow. Okay, we got an ejection.
So Jeremiah Johnson from Loyalsock well, a lot going on here. Let's go with Jackson now to the coach of the North team. Jackson, let's see what Howard has to say.
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with Coach Howard Rainey of the North team. Coach, team went down a little bit. They battled back, and you had the lead going into the half. What was the game plan for that first half?
Well, we wanted to try to establish a run, which I think we did very well. Take away some penalties and a fumble, and I think we're up even more. So, we just got to get in there, keep our heads. They keep forgetting that this is their last game, I think, and they just want to put everything out there, and that's the bad thing, I guess.
Definitely. And, Coach, what's your message going to be going into the half to your team?
Keep the penalties down, and let's go kick some butt.
Thank you. Good job, Coach. Congratulations. Thank you. Back to you, Bob.
Okay, we got to a lot established, but one thing we do know, we are going to have a Hall of Fame ceremony at the half. Hopefully we have a second half, Coach, but we'll have to see how this plays out.
I think we will, but
let's see how it plays out. So we'll take a break. When we come back, it's the District 4 Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame ceremony. 24-22 is your score. We'll be back.
2026. Pennsylvania. The District 4 Football Coaches Association not only recognizes these individuals for their successes on the playing field, but recognize their dedication to teaching young men how to play the great game of football. Their coaching peers acknowledge their tireless work on and off the field of play. Help each young man to understand that their hard work and perseverance will pay off in countless ways throughout their entire adult lives. This evening, we will honor 5 such football coaches that have served over a total time that spans 6 decades. As they enter the playing field, please give them a round of applause and appreciation for their service. Each Hall of Fame coach will be presented with a plaque as a reminder of our appreciation. The presenters for this award are Mike Kogut, President of the District 4 Football Coaches Association and head football coach of the Bloomsburg Panthers, and District 4 Hall of Fame member Russ Manny, Chairman of the District 4 Football Coaches Hall of Fame Committee. As each coach is named, please hold your applause for each individual coach until after a short biography is read, citing his accolades. The first inductee would be Coach George Curry. George Curry spent 46 years as a head football coach at Berwick High School, Lake Lehman, and Wyoming Valley West schools. He had amazing success, becoming the winningest coach in Pennsylvania history with 455 wins. At that time, 6 state championships and 3-time USA Today national champion. Coach Curry spent his life educating students, be it in the classroom or on the field. He taught world history, American history, and driver's ed. He also spent 16 years as an administrator, as assistant principal, acting principal, and assistant to the superintendent. Coach Curry married Jacqueline DeLuca, and together they built a life spanning 48 years of partnership and devotion. He was the proud father of 4 children, Kaz, Christine, Kellyanne, and Nadine, and his grandfather to 6 grandchildren. April 1, 2016, Coach Curry passed away at his home in Berwick following complications from ALS. Accepting the award tonight will be Coach Curry's son, Kaz Curry. Coach Carmen DeFrancesco. Coach Carm's career consisted of 14 years as an assistant coach, 25 years as a head coach, winning 171 games at 5 different schools, including Cardinal Brennan, Danville, Shamokin, Upper Dauphin, Mount Carmel, and Berwick. He had the great honor of coaching the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes and the Berwick Bulldogs, the number 1 and number 3 winningest programs in the history of PA football. His teams won 5 conference championships, 5 district gold medals with 3 different schools, 5 district silver medals, and 1 sub-regional championship. Coach Carm is one of only 2 coaches in Pennsylvania high school history to have led 5 different schools into district playoffs. Over his career, Coach Carm received 10 Coach of the Year awards, including District 4 Coach of the Year in 1997. He is the father of 3 children, Corin, Carmen, and Cheryl, 7 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandchild. He currently resides with his wife, Virginia, in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, Carmen DeFrancesco. Coach Scott McLean. Scott McLean began his coaching career at Muncie as an assistant coach for 2 seasons, later serving as the Indians head coach for 19 years over 2 stints, 1974 to 76, 1995 to 2010, compiling a 115-96 record. McLean also spent 13 years as an assistant coach under Frank Girardi at Lycoming College, where the Warriors went 103, 25-4, including 2 undefeated regular seasons, and earned a trip to the 1990 NCAA Division III National Championship game. Coach McLean served as head coach of the District 4 All Star game and as an assistant coach in the Pennsylvania East-West All Star game. In 2009, Scott McLean's contributions to area football were honored with his induction into the West Branch Valley Sports Hall of Fame. Scott could not be here tonight due to a scheduling conflict. Accepting the award tonight will be one of Coach McLean's longtime assistant coaches, Brad Watkins. Next, Coach Jack Young III. Jack Young III has dedicated more than 3 decades to education and athletics, leaving a lasting impact on student athletes, colleagues, and communities he served. He retired in 2023 after 32 years as a special education teacher and 22 years as the head football coach at Athens Area High School. During his tenure at Athens, Young became the winningest coach in school history, compiling a 155-88 record. Alongside his dedicated coaching staff, he guided the program to milestone achievements, including the school's 400th and 500th victories. Under his leadership, the Wildcats captured 7 Northern Tier League championships, made 16 District 4 playoff appearances, and earned an Eastern Conference playoff berth. The pinnacle of his coaching career came in 2004 when Athens won the District 4 AA championship and advanced to the state quarterfinals. The Wildcats also finished as District 4 runner-up in 2006. Beyond the football field, Young has been a dedicated leader in athletic administration and officiating. He served multiple terms as president of the District 4 Football Coaches Association and as a district director for the Pennsylvania Scholastic Football Coaches Association and as vice president of the Pennsylvania Football Coaches Association. 35-year veteran wrestling official, he currently serves as the PIAA State Wrestling Interpreter and is chairman of the National Federation of High School Athletics Wrestling Committee. He resides in Towanda with his wife, Pam. Together they have 3 children, Austin, Annie, and Olivia, and are proud grandparents to Kendall and Ellie. Coach Jack Young. Coach Bob Veach. Bob Veach graduated from Mount Carmel High School in 1969. He was the starting running back for the Red Tornadoes under head coach Jazz Diminick, District 4 Hall of Fame member himself. In 1968, when they won their first Southern Division Championship. For 33 years, he served on the sidelines of Mount Carmel area as an assistant coach. During his tenure, Mount Carmel captured 5 state championships, and he coached the running backs and the defensive backs. In 1983, he was inducted into the Susquehanna University Sports Hall of Fame. In 1987, he was inducted into the Ed Romance chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame. In 2014, the same Hall of Fame chapter recognized Coach Veach, his outstanding dedication to the Mount Carmel football program. Coach Veach and his wife Donna have 3 sons, Bobby, Brett, and John. All 3 played football for Mount Carmel area and went on to play football at the collegiate level. His son Brett was introduced earlier this evening as our District 4 All Star game captain. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the District 4 Football Coaches Association's 2026 Hall of Fame class. Congratulations.
So there are your District 4 Football Coaches Association class of 2026. We'll take a timeout. Jackson will have some interviews on the other side. The score at the half, the North leads the South, 24-21.
You're watching the UPMC District 4 All Star football game, presented by Blaise Alexander Family Dealerships on MyTV WQMY.
Well, we just saw the Hall of Fame class inducted with a ceremony at the half, and Al Jackson has a special guest at halftime. One of those guys going into the Hall of Fame, and he's a well-known coach in this area. Jackson.
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with Coach Carmen DiFrancesco. Coach, what are the feelings like to be recognized as one of the greatest coaches in District 4 history?
Well, thank you very much. I'm standing here thinking of all the coaches throughout the years. When I started playing football, I had no dreams of ever being a head coach. But to be honored like this, it's just a dream come true, and you work your whole life as a coach. And when I think about this award, I think about all the coaches before me. But I gotta say one thing: it's the players that matter. All the great players we've had, and all the wonderful assistant coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. And Coach, I want to talk about it. You've coached for 25 years, been a head coach for 25 years. Your name's etched into the history books of some of the most prestigious programs in the state's history. Yes. Danville, Mount Carmel, Berwick. What's that feeling?
I'll tell you what, I didn't plan it this way, but things work out. You start out, and I grew up in Mount Carmel, so when I got that job, that was a dream come true, the winningest program in Pennsylvania history. And then I retired, and I was out on the golf course, and Bo Orlando called me and said, "Hey, Carm, we're looking for a coach." And I said, "Bo, where?" And he said, "Berwick." I said, "Berwick, I'll be right there." So for me to coach the number 1 and number 3 winningest programs in Pennsylvania history is just unbelievable, and I'm so thankful and proud of it.
Absolutely. Very incredible, Coach. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, Bob.
One of the all-time greats. I mean, right there, he's coached a lot of great players, a lot of great teams. And there you said it, Berwick and Mount Carmel doesn't get any better than that. So we'll talk about him. Let's get through some highlights. Both teams on the field. The game started out quickly. First 2 plays of the game were scores.
70 yards right here. You see this wonderful pass to Monty Fisher, a 73-yarder. And then you're going to watch this. He just great burst in there for the first touchdown. And Bob, would you said 13 seconds into the game, maybe? All right, now, hey, don't count him out. Here comes Banks coming back. He goes 74-yard scamper to get them back on the board. Ties it up. 2 2-point conversions, 1 from each team.
Yeah, Banks from Montoursville, big first half.
Now Brocious gets in there at the quarterback, but that was set up by a great pass to Fogelman for 44 yards.
This is Fisher
again. A 4-yard touchdown there. 2-point conversion. Dowell scrambling, looking, 23-yard run on this. Look at this. Nice job. Boy, he's got a nice set of wheels on him. Sechrist gets the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, keep going, Coach. Keep going. Right. Keep going. You got distracted.
Attention to
look. You see a squirrel. You saw a squirrel. You saw a coach come in the booth and got excited.
I just saw the winningest coach in Pennsylvania football just walked in on us. Coach Jim Roth. How are you, Coach? It's great seeing you, brother.
Let's go down to Jackson real quick. Go ahead, Jackson.
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with Coach Jack Young III from Athens. Coach, how does it feel to be inducted and recognized as one of the greatest coaches in District 4 history?
You can use all those words. It's just a great honor to be recognized by my peers, and awesome atmosphere here, great night, and just blessed to work around some great people. District 4 football is as good as it gets in the state of Pennsylvania, and to be amongst some of these people is a heck of an honor.
And, Coach, you spent 32 years as a special education teacher as well as 22 years as a head football coach. What's the biggest thing that you've learned from those 2 roles?
That we need to provide guidance to our kids, and we just need to help them out so that they can be successful in life. And if we remember those things, everything will be a little bit better. And, just find your passions. And my passion was football and sports in general. And, worked at a great place in Athens and had support from family and friends and the greatest coaching staff you could put together. That's why I'm here.
Thank you very much, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, one great coach to the next. You talked about it. Southern Columbia head coach Jim Roth in the booth with us. Coach, impressions on the first half other than the penalties that you saw? That's the hardest.
Yeah. It might be a record. I don't know if I've seen that many flags in one half of football. A lot of offense. Of course, I don't ever remember seeing a game, and I have a lot of years now, where the first 2 plays of the game, you had touchdowns.
Over 70 yards each.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it started in an explosive manner, and it's been a lot of offense. We haven't seen a punt, have we?
2. We saw 2.
Oh, I guess we did.
Yeah, we did,
okay.
yeah. I know. We kind of lost track, too. We had Brett Veach up here, so kind of lost track. So this kicks out of bounds, and it's going to be north ball about the 35-yard line.
Well, Coach, you're gearing up now. What do you have going down there at Southern Columbia with your kids?
Typical off-season summer routine, 7-on-7 work. Our big emphasis is training, though, as far as weightlifting and speed work, those types of things. But we still get involved in some of the on-field activities like 7-on-7s, and we go to a team camp and a few other things that are regular football-type activities. But we're not real big as far as on-the-field stuff in the off-season. We're more about trying to get our kids bigger, faster, and stronger, and those areas are our main emphasis.
Coach, you're well known, obviously, for your football prowess. I don't know how many people know that you were also the sprints coach down Southern Columbia for years.
Yeah, Coach.
So has that really, does that really cross over into football, sprinting? I mean, who knew?
Oh yeah, well, they claim speed is a pretty important factor in the game. So I coached track for quite a few years, and about 25 years ago we started to do more of a formal speed training program in the off season, and so we've been doing it for 2.5 decades now, and I know it's been a huge part of our success.
So Coach takes the second kick of this half and driving out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That's where the North will take over, up 24-22. Coach Jim Roth, 15 state titles. Last year, a big win as well. Keene coming back. So your impressions, recapping last year, what was it about your team that you think led to the championship?
Well, it was a determined group because the year before was one of the weaker seasons that we've had in many, many years, and almost the same group of guys, and they just turned things around in 1 year in a big way. So a lot of it had to do with their attitude and determination.
Absolutely, because you mentioned that down years, you might call it, and then to come back and win 43-22 in the state title for the 15th state title. It's Christian Banks, very impressive here tonight on the field. And how about you call Christian Banks? You saw him up close and personal last year, didn't you?
Absolutely, he's a heck of a back. He just showed it on that play.
Yeah.
They went sweep right. He didn't like what he saw. Turns back, cuts it up. Let's see. You see, even the quarterback's getting involved.
So a big gain all the way to the 34-yard line. So he goes up 6 carries, 112 yards. He's averaging 16.7 yards per carry in this game.
And you were worried about your math skills there.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't. That's not math skills. That's reading off a screen. Well, Mr. Shamokin himself. You talked about him in the first half.
I did.
The big South player, Isaac Glover, 335 pounds. We got flags all over the place again. So Ed Reeser and the District 4 officials here hopefully not getting paid by the flag tonight. We've had 17 already combined taken.
Well, I think the officials are going to need an ice bath for their elbows after tonight, that's for sure. But, Coach Roth, I mean, you've done this a couple times, we'll say, this coaching thing. How frustrating is it when these flags keep coming fast and furious?
It's very frustrating. You like games where you see very few penalties. I mean, if it's a flagrant foul, you want it to be called,
sure,
obviously, but a game like this gets to be frustrating when you're coaching it because you just really kills the rhythm and what you're trying to accomplish.
Dowell to the end zone, has a receiver just out of the reach and goes incomplete. Trying to hit Ryan Cook of Athens out there for the North team, up 2 here, early here in the third quarter. Jim Roth, Southern Columbia head coach, joining us. What keeps you going, Coach? You've been doing this a long time. You still enjoy it?
Yeah, I get asked a lot about how much longer.
I didn't ask that.
No, but I get asked that a lot, and I just always respond by 1 year at a time. You know, when you've done it this long and you get to a certain age, you can't predict the future, so I don't, really look down the road too far. But, I still really enjoy it, and we have a good group of coaches who've been together for a long time.
Yeah.
So we're having fun, and as long as things are going well, we'll just keep plugging away for a while.
Well, you mentioned that determined team. A lot of those guys are back this year again, so you're going to be one of the favorites, I think, again in the state.
Yeah, we had 2 strong classes in a row. We graduated, I think, 15 or 16 seniors, and we have 17 seniors next year. So we have a big senior class, and should be one of the better groups that we've had up front. We have a good number of linemen. And quite a few guys returning on both sides of the ball. So
I know people watching around the state don't want to hear that. Who's going to be your biggest competition this year in the division? Is it Montoursville maybe? Is it who do you think in the PHAC's going to give you some trouble this year? And you have a strong schedule too. Don't get me. We'll talk about that in a second. But what are the PHAC?
Mount Carmel is a big rival, local rival. Montoursville's been strong. Danville, slipped some last year, but I expect them to rebound and be stronger next year. So there's a number of teams, right in our division, but then we're also playing outside of the division. We're playing Jersey Shore now. We're playing Williams Valley. We're playing Wyomissing. We're playing Selinsgrove. So we've got a pretty strong schedule outside the division of the PHAC.
Well, that gets you prepared. That's what you want. You got to play the better, bigger schools.
Absolutely. The competition is something we build our program on. I remember many, many years ago when we first picked up Shamokin, I took a lot of heat for that. They were very good at that time. And when we picked up Mount Carmel, I took a lot of heat for that. But those kind of games are what, helped us build our program.
So back on the field, 4th down now for the North. Ahead in this game, Dow looking downfield, has a receiver, finds his receiver.
First down.
And a first down. Might have been a face mask in there, but I don't think they call it. And Amir Thomas out of Loyal Sock has a first down. 1st and goal North from the 6.
Again, they went with that flood pattern. You see that the wing back came across to block. But again, they were trying to get that mismatch on the outside. Nice job in there. Nice reception. Coach, I want to go back to circle back to something you said earlier. One of the things at Southern Columbia, you guys are always very good. Obviously, how many state champs, you have it under your belt. But you mentioned your assistant coaches. You don't have a lot of turnover.
No, we've had a lot of consistency and continuity in the program because of our assistant coaches. And one of the things that they've done very, very well, and it has to be done if you're going to have the kind of success we've had, and that is when we start preseason camp this year, and even in the off season, our assistant coaches work with the players and coach the players as if they're still trying to prove something. There's nobody looking back at last year and taking it a little bit easy because we won a state championship or we've won a number of state championships in a row. Our assistants do a great job of coaching the guys to kind of get that mentality where they have a chip on their shoulder and they want to do it again. Because complacency can happen. It can happen at any level. It happens in college. It happens in professional. It could certainly happen with high school kids. So I really have to say that that's one of the big keys to the consistency is just the way our assistants approach it year in and year out.
Well, and obviously the proof is in the pudding, Coach. And you were saying I was saying consistency to you, and you were saying how your assistant coaches really hone in on that with the players. What I have to ask you, because I've never been fortunate enough to be pre-game with you. Do you come in with a fire brimstone, or do the kids, are they just that focused? Just to shed a little bit of light onto what goes on pre-game at Southern Columbia.
No, we just try to be. It's more about just the task at hand and the real intense motivational stuff. We're not big on that. But we try to make strong points about things that are going to reinforce what we've coached all week long and help to motivate the players. But it's about the bigger picture, because, you know, the hoopla that you may be able to create right before a game generally is not a lasting. It's not something that's going to have a lasting effect once you take the field and guys start to play. That wears off real quick. So it's really, you know, how the guys are coached throughout the week and how they're treated and what you emphasize during the week. And then, you know, before the game, I think it's just really a matter of reinforcing what you've tried to accomplish in your coaching throughout the week, and, you know, reminders and things like that.
Bo Sechrist from the 2, knocked down behind the line of scrimmage.
Another flag or two.
And another late flag coming in.
Defense did a nice job rallying to the ball on that.
I think that was your guy, Southern Columbia's Ethan Mikowski, who made the initial hit. And then the flag came in. Ethan's had quite a year. Baseball championship, well, football, and then baseball. And I know football, he says, is expected. Baseball was kind of not expected, and he was so happy when I talked to him this week.
Yeah, they had a great run, a great season. And
yeah, they're going to call the face mask on Mikowski. So go ahead, Coach.
He had a heck of a year in football as a defensive end, 3-year starter, but he had a lot of pressures. But the most impressive stat was he had like 25 tackles for loss this year. I mean, that's being a real disruptive defensive lineman when you make that many tackles for loss. So, yeah, he finished his career. His senior year was a real strong season for him.
Okay, second down on the goal. Dowell trying to get a push, and he is in. So that's 22 unanswered points for the North team, and they've extended their lead here midway through the third quarter. We'll see if they go for 2 or go for the PAT, Coach. It looks like the PAT this time for the North. Passetti in.
There for a while, I didn't know if anybody practiced kicking an extra point.
That's what we didn't know either.
We were, yeah.
We know they had kickers, but yeah. So Petty in from Passetti in from Jersey Shore for the PAT. And we have a movement on the outside. It's going to back them up a little bit. So we're in the 20s now for penalties taken. And I said, Coach, what time do you have to be home? Because we might not be home till midnight at this point.
Well, I'm only a coach now. Everything else I've retired from, so a little more flexibility.
Coach, what did you teach at Southern?
Health and phys ed.
Okay.
And you were athletic director for a little while. Passetti's PAT is up and no good. We're going to take a timeout. We need a breath. 30-22 the score here from Milton.
You're watching the UPMC District 4 All Star Football Game, presented by Blaise Alexander Family Dealerships on MyTV WQMY.
So Nick Coleman takes that kickoff for the South. Good field position now. Nice little play here. Actually, fumble and picks it up, gains about 25 yards.
Well, that kind of throws your kickoff team off a little bit too, because they're told to stay in their lanes, and when they see a fumble or a jailbreak, that kind of takes them out. And that's why he had a great burst of speed.
The North went 8 plays, 56 yards, 5:04 off the clock before they scored that touchdown. They're up 8 right now. Little flea flicker downfield. Fisher can't hit it. The Milton product throwing a nice little ball down there. Jan?
Yeah, it was. It was a little razzle-dazzle in here. Coach, when you only have 4 or 5 days of practice, how much can you really implement?
Yeah, it's...
But this is great. I love the little trickery in here. It's nice.
But the kids, the players like it because with only 4 or 5 days, you're just pretty much putting a system in. So they're not going through real physical, grueling practices.
Right.
So Wyatt Brocious in at quarterback. 1 of 4, but done most of his damage on the ground, as has this guy. Monty Fisher from Milton, already 2 touchdowns for Fisher. 1 on the ground and 1 through the air.
Nice play action. Again, I would call that what I would call the divide play. You have the halfback going across, fullback sitting there, and it's like a draw, and he just brings it right up. Limited on the defensive side in terms of what they can do here, folks. Again, base 4-4, no blitzing, no stunts.
A man-to-man in the secondary. Brocious out quickly. Hits Murray, and a nice play out there 22. On defense by Merrick Mashto from Wellsboro. I like to see the Northern Tier teams, Jim. Like you don't see a lot of them. They're intermixed with a lot of these players. They're good players up there in the Northern Tier.
Oh yeah, the Northern Tier. This game for years has been very, very competitive, and the Northern Tier I think has won. I don't know what the exact numbers are, but they've won pretty regularly over the years. It's not like it's been a mismatch or
they've won 2 in a row. In fact, 2 games in a row.
Yep.
So with Northern Tier teams. So the South has the ball, trailing by 8, under 5 to play in the third quarter. Brocious, a little bit of pressure, using his speed, throws it downfield, and it is caught.
Wow, does he make things happen with those feet of his? Jeez.
Yeah. That was Rump from Danville who pulled it in.
Looks to his right. He didn't like what he saw. Scrambles to his left. Just avoids, and then he just throws that ball in there.
Ralph's made some great plays. Again, played quarterback this year for the Ironmen a little bit. Caught the ball. Mr. Everything this year for Danville. Wants to be a nurse after football. So Fisher again getting a majority of the snaps for the South team. Pushed back. Good defense by Mascho from Wellsboro. Minimal gain.
Yeah, a quick whistle on that one. I guess that's one way to try to control some of the stuff with the altercations going on.
Southern Columbia coach Jim Roth in the booth with us in this third quarter. Getting ready for the season. Another season right around the corner, Coach. It goes by fast, doesn't it? Like, we figured we were just done last year, and then next thing you know,
yeah,
they go fly by. They fly by.
Just saw in Eastern PA the countdown. It's like 67 days, I believe, something like that.
Good defense on Fisher again. Hayden Stevens, another Wellsboro product, makes the tackle. Third down now. Yeah, feels like we were just at your championship game at Cumberland Valley in December. It's been 6 months.
Yeah, and once we get into the middle of June here, it seems like the summers just fly by, and before you know it, it's August and we're starting practice.
Yeah, then it's like November. We're like, that went fast, right? We're going to do our games.
We go from the summer heat to the winter cold.
Brocious back. Time. Lay one up to the end zone, up towards the 5-yard line, knocked down.
That's good defensive play.
Yeah, again, Macho making a name for himself on this series on the defense. A couple Wellsboro guys.
You see this again. Brocious, nice job getting that ball laid out.
A little short on that.
A little short, but I don't know if it looked like the ball was wobbled. Again, we saw that before where it got tipped right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, he's not the tallest kid. Listed 5'9".
Well, that's in cleats, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Fourth down now. 4th and 4 from the 28. Brocious. There's an outside rush. He's going to use his feet. He's got some room. Gets a block. Has a first down and more. And he's at the 20. They're in the red zone. Are the North? So Brocious is on the field. That means Maurer is on the Danny Dowell's on the sidelines, and he's with Jackson right now. Jackson?
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with Danny Dowell from All Star. Danny, what's it like to share the field with your teammates one last time?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, we've grown up playing together our whole lives, and it's just one more time where we all get to kind of bond and enjoy each other's presence, so it's been really cool.
Now, Danny, you're playing quarterback here tonight, but you were an all-state safety from the regular season. What's your favorite position? What do you like playing more?
I was kind of thrown into the quarterback position after the one before me left, so it's definitely safety. I have a lot of fun playing that. I have a lot of fun playing safety, but yeah, quarterback's still fun.
And we talked to Wyatt Brocious on the other side. My understanding is he's your future teammate at the next level. What are your future plans going into that next level?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working out with Wyatt all summer. It's been great having him along with me. We're obviously going to be teammates, and yeah, I'm super excited for that.
Awesome. Thank you, Danny. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
One guy I know Jim Roth is happy he's graduating is Bo Sechrist from Jersey Shore. 34 tackles for a loss in his career, and there you saw why. What a great play there on the defensive side.
Coach Roth, any new rule changes coming down from PIAA this year that you're aware of?
No, nothing that I'm aware of. The big thing when you're talking rules and changes with the PIAA is that because of what has happened, at the state level with the law that prevented public and private schools from being separated, that law it looks like is going to be changed, and therefore the PIAA may be looking at making a major change of the playoff structure when it comes to public and private schools. So
I think that's probably a couple years down the line, though. They really have to study that, right? They're not going to just do it overnight.
And we're starting a 2-year cycle now, so it's definitely not going to happen for the next 2 years.
Could be the last play of this third quarter. Brocious towards the end zone. It's caught by Murray. That's why he's an all-stater. Landon Murray in the end zone from Mifflinburg as another touchdown to his resume. And now the South is down 2. 10 seconds left.
6'3", 205-pound wide receiver. Look at high points that gets it in there. Great concentration. He's getting hit high and low, and he holds on to that for that score.
And he headed to Susquehanna University, one of the top 10 Division III teams in the country, with a new coach right now. So we'll see how that plays out. So they'll go for 2 for the tie. Fisher next to Brocious. Look for Brocious to run. No, he's flushed out. Now he's got room. Looking over the middle, and it's caught. Caught by Shadell, and we're tied at 30.
The other number 4.
The other number 4. We were trying to figure out what number 4 was, and we're thinking it's Dalton Shadell from Lime Mountain. And wouldn't you know, great job by Brocious, again, using his legs, both of you guys.
Gosh,
yeah.
He's just... Boy, number 10 was wide open. Another Line Mountain product, wide open in the back.
How about Line Mountain last year, Coach? I mean, I know you didn't play them, but, impressive, though. Right?
Oh, yeah.
They had a great senior class.
They've had, last couple of years, they've been very strong, and, they made a run, won their league. And
Mid-Penn, yep.
And I don't know if they won the district title.
They did.
They did win the district title last year, and then Lost in the state playoffs.
Yeah, the trail. Lackawanna Trail. But still, 6 or 7 players out here in yellow helmets showing what they can do.
And they do a great job.
Figures we're tied at 30 going into the fourth quarter, Coach. Why not? The way that started?
Well, and we used to be more familiar with Lime Mountain because they were double A for a number of years.
Yep.
Or back when we were both single A, we played them a number of times in the playoffs, and we actually played them in the regular season years ago. But now the last few years we haven't met because they've been down at single A.
Well, we're happy to see the yellow helmets out there, and they've definitely contributed tonight. We're tied at 30. Now, I don't want to jinx it, but Coates is back there, and he can return it. We've seen this before.
Yes,
your little Coates. So I don't know if I'd kick it to him. If I was Harvey.
We saw that squib kick earlier, So
giving the coaches some extra time, and the players, I should say, take a little break.
Coach, how much time do you spend special teams throughout the week?
We do special teams first in practice on our main practice days every week. That's the first thing that we do.
It's
we do special
that important
teams.
to you guys.
Yeah. I mean, we don't spend a ton of time on it, but we do it first, and that way we make sure we get it in.
Little squib kick. Taken by
ball is out.
The North. It's fumbled.
Recovered by number 2.
Yeah. I think it was Naughton who had the ball.
That's Cole Harvey that came up with the ball.
And Harvey, comes up with the ball as time expires here in the third quarter.
It's kind of holding that ball out there a little bit too wide for me. You see, just coming in, high, low, someone got their helmet onto the ball.
Yeah, that was Lucas Naughton from Williamsport who coughed it up. He's going to play baseball at Lackawanna. He fumbles, South recovers, and that's the way the fourth quarter is going to end. Folks, might as well be 0-0. We're going to the fourth quarter here in the District 4 Football Coaches Association All-Star Game.
You're watching the UPMC District 4 All-Star Football Game, presented by Blaise Alexander Family Dealerships on MyTV WQMY.
First play of the fourth quarter, incomplete pass. Maurer trying to get it to downfield. I want to say thank you to Coach Jim Roth from Southern Columbia, the all-time leader in victories in the state of Pennsylvania. Jim, good to see you.
Good to see you guys. And
I got that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I appreciate you having me on for a while.
Oh, we appreciate you coming up. Good luck this season, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Coach, thank you for everything. You always are so hospitable towards us. Some coaches are very no, you're like, here, have at it. We appreciate it. It makes our jobs easier.
Oh, no problem.
Jim, thank you.
Thank you, and good luck
this year.
Thank you.
Back on the field, second down. We're tied at 30 here in this All-Star game, and it goes incomplete. So things finally settling down. You know, Jan, both these teams want to win. I mean, they're playing like they want to win this game.
Well, this is, the last time these kids are going to be playing high school ball, some of them forever, as we were, have talked about. They want to get after this, and again, cool heads will prevail throughout this.
So there's Line Mountain's Caden Maurer, he's 8 of 16 on the night, 96 yards and a touchdown. And that touchdown came on the opening play of the game, which seems like 8 hours ago at this point.
Yeah, that was 2.5 hours ago.
2.5 hours ago. Well, if you stuck around with us all night long, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I think you're going to see a great finish. Hope someone's lining up off sides. So, no flag. Maurer rushed. Mush hit from behind and throws it a little short.
Well, that would have been a tough pass. He was
trying
thrown
to hit
into
Cole
double
Harvey.
coverage.
Yep, trying to hit Cole Harvey. So that'll be 4th down, and we're going to see a punt. So now both coaches going to play it for the win. They'll try to pin the North down. Been impressed with the North team tonight, Coach. I told you when I went to practice this week, felt the South a little bit ahead, but North has really come in and played. Good job by Howard Rainey and his Hughesville staff, including his son, Harvey.
Well, it's funny. He deferred to him. Oh, bad snap, but he got the ball off.
High kick, going to take a nice roll and hit Chanel at the 12. So the coaches for the North team. We talked about Howard Rainey and Henry Rainey, Boyd Hartman, Brandon Kinney, Steve Schroeder, Ben Krantz, Luke Kaiser, Matt Connors, all from Hughesville, and Ken Tallman from Loyal Sock. Those are the North coaches. We'll give you the South coaches a little bit. So now, up, tied at 30. Here comes the North team back out in the field. With Dowell's played all night long, 6 of 8, 87 yards. But it's been on the ground, really where the damage has been done by this North team. 202 total yards on the night. Christian Banks has 110 yards. Right now, he's in the game next to Dowell. Dowell has 5 rushes for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. Flag?
Yes, sir. Way to start the 4th quarter.
Well, we started the 3rd quarter the same way, so no difference. Up to the 20. So, okay, they get it out to Coates. Coates with some speed and does a nice job out for a 13-yard game. So let's go back down to Jackson with another special guest.
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with Bo Sechrist of Jersey Shore, a linebacker here on the North squad. Bo, you played both sides over your career, but last year you had over 2,400 yards rushing. What's the biggest reason for your success?
Just a great coaching staff who can put me in positions to make plays, and obviously my teammates were great to put me there too.
Definitely. And Bo, what did it mean to be named an All-State or at the linebacker position?
No, it means a lot. I took a lot of credit to my linebacker coach, Coach Jackson. He does a great job of preparing us. He produces a bunch of All-State linebackers, and I think having him just definitely it put the best I could be out in the field.
Absolutely. And Bo, what are your future plans? What are you doing after graduation?
I'm going to Cumming College. I'm not playing football, but I am for secondary education, history.
Congratulations, man. Great job. Back to you, Bob.
So last time he'll put the pads on. So you know Mike Clark's going to be out there looking for that guy.
Absolutely.
He's going to be scouring Cummings campus.
What's Mr. what's Bo Sechrist's his schedule? Yeah.
Yeah. So 2nd down now. And I think we're going to have a timeout on the field. We are. Code by the North team. And we'll take a timeout ourselves. 8:57 left in this matchup. We're tied at 30. I don't know if we'll have a replay of that, but Dowell finds Coates, and Coates juggled the ball. The referee called it an incomplete pass. Good defense.
By Chanel.
Yeah. Shadell,
yeah. Excuse me.
Shadell on that, so it's will be second down, I believe, for the North team. Third down. Hey, even the crew with the first down markers we're all trying to figure it out. It's the first game of basically the new year. So Dowell back. Flips it out to Jaleel Coates. Coates with running room. Gets a block. Sheds 2 tackles. 3, 4, 5. Finally hit. Knocked out of bounds with a first down for the North. Up near midfield.
That was a great block by Namir Thomas, his teammate from Loyal Sock. Watch this. They went with the trips. They went wide outside. Just a little pop pass in there. Right there, folks. Just that little extra getting in the way just allowed him to get things going for Coates.
I wonder what position he'll play at Seton Hill, because he's athletic. Great runner, 1,200 yards last year, receptions 303. You see what he can do as a wide receiver.
I think that's where he's probably going to be slated because of his size.
So Banks in the backfield with Dowell. Banks already a big night. Dowell's going to keep it. Banks is going to lead the way. Big block by Christian Banks. Dowell still on his feet. Touchdown, Danny Dowell. 53 yards and no flags. The North takes the lead.
Well, Coach Roth, I was teasing him because I know he coached track at Southern Columbia and he was in charge of the sprinters. Well, on the replay, watch how quick Dowell is on this. He just gets out, and he actually outruns Banks there. He's just stutter-stepping, taking his time. Great job just getting your hands on the man. Nothing illegal, no holding. Great job.
Great job by Banks from Montoursville, leading the way for really his arch rival.
The Battle of the Bridge.
The Battle of the Bridge. That's right. But tonight they're teammates.
Well, one goal. They want to try to win this.
And they will be opponents next year when Lockhaven Banks takes on Dowell and Brocious to Bloomsburg. Sure. I don't even know if they play. I'll have to check that schedule. Oh, we got another flag coming in. We got late substitution. So that's a delay of game on the white. So this will back them up. Let's see if they're going to go for 2 or go for the PAT. Up 6 now. Remember, the North trailed in this game in the first half 22-8. Put a late surge on towards the half to lead at the half by 2. Then South tied the game at 30. And now the North has taken back the lead here with 7:33 left in this contest All-Star game. They will go for 2 from the 8. Bo Sechrist in the game. Dowell looking, tries to hit Thomas, can't get him, and it goes incomplete. We'll take a timeout. 36-30 the score here in Milton.
You're watching the UPMC District 4 All-Star Football Game, presented by Blaise Alexander Family Dealerships on MyTV WQMY.
So the North goes 6 plays, 80 yards, and Dow goes in for the long touchdown. The PAT no good, so they're up 6 now. Here, almost midway through this fourth quarter, Coach. Taking a while, but we're finally here. So that means Passetti will come back out. Murray and Coleman back to receive one more time, with the North trying to win 3 in a row, believe it or not. And right now, they have the lead. Passetti might have to ice down tomorrow for all the kickoffs he's had. Give you some player stats after this. So a little line drive kick to Coleman. He finally hauls it in about the 19, and he's tripped up from behind.
Sponsored by UPMC Orthopedic Care. The orthopedic specialists at UPMC are highly skilled and trained in the most advanced techniques and procedures, ensuring optimal outcomes and faster recovery time for you. For more information, visit upmc.com/NCPA Ortho.
Bob Ide, Jan Sechak, Jackson Purnell, here with you and the Fox 56 crew. Glad you could join us. It's been a long All-Star game, but very entertaining. Wyatt Brocious from Bloomsburg back in the game at quarterback. Puts his head down and gains 5. So Brocious, 8 carries, 46 yards and a touchdown. 5 of 9 through the air and 76 yards to lead the South team. So the South team coached by Mifflinburg's Cody Botts, Jeff Wagner, Tom Parfit, Anthony Threet, Seth Hicks, all from Mifflinburg. Jake Barrett, Isaiah Hicks from Milton, John Vivekes from Lime Mountain, and Brian Rupp from Danville, your coaching staff for the South team tonight here in this All-Star game. As Murray pulls that in and gonna move the chains.
See, they go with the play action, they go to the left, and they come back to the right with the quick out. Nice job with the reception. He's trying to make things happen. Good ball security. That's a good tune-up game for us, Bob. Next month we have the Dream Game.
Another long one. Yeah, Lackawanna League football, Dream Game, July 22nd here on MyTV WQMY. Pump fake by Brocious, can't find anybody. Puts his head down, Dinkins out. Mr. Houdini, Sechrist takes him down with a wrestling move. No flag. And it's another tackle for a loss for Bo Sechrist.
Coach Clark's definitely going to be looking him up.
Yeah, absolutely. So a loss of about 7 brings up second down and long now for this South team, trailing by 6. Under 6 to play here in the fourth quarter. You would think the guys got to be getting tired, though, the players. Long game, haven't really played football in a long time.
And there's plenty. Well, they got plenty of depth on both sides.
Brocious, long, going long, in the double coverage. Oh, and it's caught by Landon Murray. Murray hauls it in. 63-yard strike from Brocious. And we're tied at 36. Well, Susquehanna is getting themselves a fantastic wideout.
He beats the secondary coverage, and what a ball by Brocious. Wow, and look at how it just opens up that gate.
Luke went by Luke Ryan from Jersey Shore, and Landon Murray hauls it in for another touchdown. His third catch of the night. His first touchdown, and they'll go for 2 in the lead.
Buckle up, folks. We got ourselves a great game.
This one's not over yet. Brocious Looking, has room, probably going to, nope, goes, finds a guy, and it's incomplete. Trying to hit Rump down there. We're tied at 36, 5:03 remaining here in this game. Well, what a pass from Brocious. Maurer and Brocious have all thrown strikes tonight.
Coach, I don't know who I would say would be player of the game.
I don't think the game. We can't call this yet. There's no winner.
I know. I'm just saying there are so many of these players that have played tremendous tonight.
Well, Wyatt Brocious is 7 of 11 for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air, and he's run for 39 yards. So he's definitely on the board.
Monty Fisher, he's got 2 touchdowns tonight. I mean,
I don't know, but let's go to Jackson. We don't have to figure this out now. Jackson's got a special guest on the north sidelines. Jackson.
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with Brendan Comstock of Athens. Brendan, you were an all-state offensive lineman this year. What's the biggest reason for your success?
All the work I put into it, day and night, just constant dedication to it, to the game.
Now, Brendan, what's it like to be back under the Friday night lights again?
Oh, it feels great. I've been yearning for this. All the practices were great. Leading up to this moment, it's a blessing to be under those lights again.
And now, Brendan, what are your future plans? What are you doing after graduation?
I plan to go to Shippensburg and play football at the next level. Championship family they have. Really nice.
What will you be majoring in?
I'm undecided right now, so looking. What am I going to do? I don't know yet.
Plenty of time to figure that out. Congratulations. Thank you. Back to you, Bob.
Another PSAC guy.
Another one.
Yep. Hey, we've seen some great football here tonight. Some great athletes all over this field.
Wonderful, tremendous type of kids. And Bob, four practices, maybe 5.
Yeah.
These kids look like they've been doing it all summer.
They have. It's a credit to this District 4, Northern Tier, Mid-Penn, and the Pennsylvania Heartland Athletic Conference. All 3 conferences coming together for this District 4 All-Star game. It's been quite a show here in this game. Coates lets it dribble. Okay, picks it up from the 2. Now let's see what he can do. Coach is tripped up by Rupp. And that's Cole Harvey shooting down from Danville, and that's where they will have the ball. Kind of misplayed it a little bit.
He did, and the balls take funny bounces, and there was 6, 7 purple jerseys just closing in.
Again, you don't practice this a lot, so a lot of these guys have not played special teams in years. So the North back out, tied at 36, under 5 to play, and they'll have it at their 12-yard line. So that means Dowell back out. He's played quarterback all night long, 8 of 11, 112 yards. No touchdowns through the air. Did have a long run, has 3 touchdowns on the ground. Going to back out to Banks on a little short pass, and great tackle. And that's Monty Fisher from Milton doing it on the defensive side, Coach.
That's what I'm saying. These guys are playing both ways, and they're excelling. They're not just just a body. They are excelling at their positions. Nice one-handed grab.
Yeah, I mean, we know how elusive Banks has been tonight. Fisher didn't go for the fakes. He had 90 total tackles in his career right here with the Black Panthers. We're in Northumberland County, by the way, for the District 4 Football Coaches Association All-Star game. Banks in the middle. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2, shoots through, great speed, has the first down up to the 25-yard line. So
great job, that inside zone.
Good blocking on the inside by the offensive line for this North team. A lot of guys mixing in and out of there. But they've come together quickly, and Banks will take a rest. And why not? Hey, you take Banks out, you have Bo Sechrist, another 2,000-yard career rusher to go in the game.
Yeah, okay, Bo, go on in.
Yeah, I guess, right? Yeah.
Like I said, if those guys were running triple option and having that with the quarterback and those guys, oh, my.
We're going to have sidecars back there. And we're going to give it a second man through as Bo Sechrist. Trying to get a block from Chase Jones from Montoursville. And maybe 3 yards at best. Under 3.5 to play.
Slow getting up.
Yep. North has won the last 2 games, and they have come. I've been impressed tonight with the North team. and the South by, but the North, the way they came back, trailing 22-8 at that one point.
I mean, Bob, I said it, that you had 4 district champs on one team, and I was expecting it to really be lopsided. But give credit to the North.
704 total yards of offense between these two teams here tonight. Seacrest gets strung out. Good defense by the Purple. Let's see who gets up. I think that's Fisher again on the bottom. 32, is it?
Yeah,
no, 22. Okay, that was close, but 22 is Caden Komet from Mifflinburg. 64 total tackles last year. Breakout season his senior year. 11 tackles for a loss and 6 sacks for Cody Bott's team. So 3rd and long now facing Dowell and company. Let's see if they go to Coates here. Play it tight. And then they're going to have to call timeout. 20 seconds left. They have time to figure it out. So the same formation, Dowell. Going to look off balance. Going down for Thomas. And he's got it. Now here, Thomas on Loyalsock makes the catch. Down to the 35. 37-yard pass play.
Just under 2 minutes. Great job. Rollout pass. Thomas just gets himself, and watch this. Ball's behind him. He just was concentrating so hard. He didn't care it. He fell. Again, high school, if you're down, you're down, but he made the catch.
The Lancer connection again.
Again, getting it done.
Well, Dowell may have been forced to play quarterback, but he played it pretty well. Right?
Yeah. Oh, okay, Coach, if you really want me to play. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. It says so much about their athletic ability.
Okay. Keep this drive alive. Seacrest up the middle, has a gap. Pulled in by Ethan Linker from Line Mountain. Another guy headed to Lock Haven. Number 24. He had 199 total tackles, Coach, in his career. 22 for a loss and 5.5 sacks. First time calling his name tonight.
So you're saying he's played football before?
Before, and this is why you look at the stats from the Line Mountain kids, and you're like,
wow,
yeah, you know why they won in the Mid-Penn and in the district. Under 90 seconds to play. North could be on the game-winning drive. Seacrest through. Still on his feet. Host of players there in purple. And going to be close to a first down. I think it was going to be a yard short. And the time is ticking away. So now Howard Rainey is going to roll this run down. If we win this on a field goal, I might fall over.
Well, and I'm looking up the overtime rules. It's just like
You're jinxing
NCAA.
it, right?
No,
Yep.
25-yard line they start. And this is going to be unusual. In the event, the second overtime, they have to go for two-point.
Yep.
Gee, like we haven't seen two-point conversions.
I
all
know.
night.
So 1:02 left in this game, folks. Tied at 36 here. The North has won 2 straight. South trying to get this championship trophy back for their team. So after the game, there are a lot of presentations going on by the District 4 All Coaches Association. We will not be able to stay and bring you that, unfortunately, because of time constraints here. But we thank you for joining us here on MyTV WQMY. Don't forget, coming up, July 22nd, our crew will be back up at Valley View High School for the 92nd annual Dream Game. And then August 28th, we're back for another full season of Friday Night Rivals here on MyTV WQMY.
You see the Dream Game there, folks? Yep. That's the longest All-Star game in the country.
Yep. Well, previews for that on the Fox 56 News first at 10, and then we'll have the game for you live that night. First, we got to get through this one. A great job by our crew getting back out.
Wonderful. First, they had no jitters tonight at all.
Nope, right back into mid-season form. Oh, movement up front. Another flag. You want me to tell you how many flags tonight, Coach, taken?
22?
23.
Oh, all right.
Make that 24 right now. But the unsportsmanlike conducts, credit to the players, have been really non-existent here in the second half.
And then obviously the message got through.
Yeah.
The offsides was on number 68, Hunter Schaefer from Montoursville, the 6-foot, 265-pounder. He was set, then he came back up and reset. and that's a no-no.
Okay, so 3rd and long now. Still 1:02 left in this game. Oh, they might need a timeout. They got the play in late. Let's see. 5 on the play. They come up quickly. They set. Dow is going to get it off. Dow chased.
Oh, boy.
Dow
Seacrest
finds Seacrest and knocks the player down or two and is knocked out of bounds at the 8-yard line.
J.P. Marr from Mifflinburg was the man on contact. But
23-yard gain.
Seacrest came out of the backfield uncovered.
I think we had him blitz there, too. I think I saw a blitz in there. You're not supposed I don't
no
think they're gonna,
blitzing.
No blitzing. I don't know.
And that's how he became probably.
I saw a middle linebacker in there. I don't think he was supposed to be there. But, hey, no harm, no foul. 1st and goal, North. At the 9, trying to seal this one maybe. Try to get the lead. They don't want to give the South any kind of time left to get the ball back, the way they're throwing it. And another flag. This is going to go against the North, I think, and they're going to back them up 5. So I think they're in field goal range. It's hard to tell. Passetti missed the long one last time. Yeah, Passetti was 0-3 in field goals this year for Jersey Shore, and he came up short on the long PAT.
Yes, he did.
In the third, long time ago. So now this will back them up. You really think a touchdown is going to at least get them in the lead? Don't you think?
Absolutely it will. And then they've just got to make sure they take this time all the way down. But again, how explosive these returners are, it's crazy.
Dow going to roll. Finds room, has running room. Puts his head down, gets knocked out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. Caden Kmet from Mifflinburg with the stop.
Yeah, Coach Van Fleet, I guess he just figured out, you know what, why don't you play quarterback? Look at how strong this kid can run.
Yeah, well, we saw him against Bloomsburg. Remember, in that game,
yes.
He dominated Bloomsburg, 153 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns. That knocked the Panthers from the unbeaten ranks, and we had that game.
Yes.
So I know he was looking forward to this game, as well Wyatt Brocious. Teammates next year with the Huskies of Bloomsburg. And right now, it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 4. Seacrest the sidecar with Dow. They're going to roll to the right, and he's going to find room, and Dow's in for another touchdown. His 4th of the night on the ground. Putting his hand in as the MVP of this one. No flags down. He goes in from the 4.
Quarterback keep all the way. They just rolled everybody out to get the secondary linebackers rolling to the right. Quarterback just cuts back up inside. Great job by the offensive line to open up that gap for him.
Nice drive put on by the North to take the lead, but still a lot of time left. And the South has 3 timeouts. So they're going to go for 2. A lot of fans still here, still sitting through this. Been over a 3-hour game. Dow rolling. I think he'll probably take it. Dow trying to get the corner, and he does. The PAT is good. All Danny Dow here tonight for the North team. It's an 8-point lead, 43 seconds left in this game, and a late flag. Because this may be unsportsmanlike against somebody, and will be probably taken off on the kickoff. Ed Rees are going to write. He's running out of notepad space tonight. Hey, congratulations to the USA soccer team tonight,
yes.
Making it the round of 32. They beat Australia, and you can watch all FIFA on Fox 56 from now until July 19th. I'm just glad that we were on after the USA game today. Okay, so you heard the flag, but look at with Maurer and Brocious way they throw the ball tonight, with Murray on that side, I'm going to say South's going to score again.
Well, and again, now they're going to have to kick off deeper, so they're going to have better field position just from the get-start.
Yeah. Hey, we think Mauer's turn to come out. Cody Botts, the coach of Mifflinburg, the district champion in his own right, AAA last year. So good field position, as you mentioned, going to be probably taken by the South team, trailing by 8 now.
Yeah, the South. The South players are going. Yeah, hold my Coca-Cola right now.
Hey,
it's not over.
It's not over, especially with 3 timeouts left for the purple team, and with the way they've been throwing the ball tonight, all over the place with their 2 quarterbacks. They've combined in passing 241 yards and 3 touchdowns. They're 15 of 29 between Brocious and Mauer. Now, Fisher did throw an incomplete in there, but they're averaging 16 yards per pass. But also Brocious can do it with his legs, Murray with his legs. So a lot of options for Cody Botts here. So Passetti going to tee it up. You would think Coleman and Murray going to have field this one. They need to hold on to the ball, though. So he's going to kick off from the 20 after the unsportsmanlike conduct. And it will be a line drive kick going the way of
reverse
Coleman. Little reverse to Murray. Murray still on his feet. Picks up a block. Picks up another. Sheds a tackle and gets inside York territory. He almost broke that, folks. And that would have been a fitting way for this game to end almost. With Landon Murray. But they have great field possession in South territory.
Again, they set it up with the reverse, and Murray does a nice job in here. Good ball security, folks. You saw how he switched the hands. Gets in here. Good tackle by Bo Seacrest. Slapping at the feet to take him down.
46 yards away from a touchdown, and they'll need a 2-point conversion. So it will be Wyatt Brocious who will come in with Monty Fisher behind him. 4 wideouts. Remember, you can't blitz. One-on-one coverage. Has time. Brocious going to go for it all. To Murray. Murray comes back and almost makes the catch. But give the credit to the defense. Knocking it down.
Jersey Shores, number 8.
Number 8 for Jersey Shore, and that's Carson Watkins.
6'3", 175 pounds. That's a great matchup there. That's a tough one to throw. They're both equally matched. The only advantage is that Murray has about 20 pounds on him.
Well, Murray came back, almost made the catch. So Cody Bott's going to go for it all on the first play. 26 seconds left. Again, 3 timeouts remaining. Let's see now if he just starts to go underneath a little bit and call timeout.
Well,
North trying to three-peat here in this All-Star game.
Who did the flea flicker? Was that the South?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
that was this team, yep. Brocious again going to go up. This for Monty Fisher.
Oh,
and
they
the
called
flag
it.
comes in.
Remember, it's not a spot foul. It's not a spot foul.
Well, he didn't turn his head around. And that's Watkins there who's going to be called for it. It'll be a 15-yard penalty. And, it's, as you mentioned, that's almost a good play.
It is.
Because with 19 seconds left, they're going to gain 15. They're not going to get the ball at the 10. So Cody Botts, the coach of Mifflinburg, says, I'm just going to throw 2 long passes to my guy. My guy's going to catch the pass.
Do it.
I love it.
Again, good press protection.
And he's going to get it to Fisher, another outstanding guy from Milton.
You know what? That was actually offensive pass interference. He grabbed his jersey.
So that was to Monty Fisher.
Well, that's all right. Hey.
He has a touchdown pass through the air. Again, now, first down. Time is what is the opponent now for this South
It
team.
is.
But, again, 3 timeouts. You have time to go over the middle with the throw or run it. Crowd's getting into it. Broach is going to roll. Finds a guy. Can't get to the connection. Shadell goes incomplete. Timeout Cody Botts and this South team.
That's just to get a breather in here, get the guys fresh.
Yep. Get some water in them. First down, a lot of time, 15 seconds left. They're 31 yards away. Very reminiscent of last year's game. Because I remember the South driving last year.
Yes.
And they just couldn't connect.
Well, the officials are actually getting a water break, too.
Well, we'll see how this one plays out. But if the North remains in the lead, Danny Dowell, 127 yards on the ground and 4 touchdowns, and Christian Banks, 123 yards, just on 6 carries and a touchdown, will probably be our players of the game.
2 great choices, that's for sure.
Dowell's throwing for 171 yards, so he has over almost 300 yards of offense on him by himself, Danny Dowell. But the South, I know, is going to have something to say about that. Brocious remains quarterback. Here comes the rush. He's flushed. He has room. Throws it down and can't get it to Monty Fisher. So that brings up 3rd down. Great rush on the outside. Talon Lope from Jersey Shore headed to Misericordia with the pressure.
Did a wonderful job in there. You would think, yeah, and to keep Brocious like in check like that, that's great job with their contain, too, from the defensive ends.
Lope had 7.5 sacks last year and 20 tackles for a loss at another timeout for the South. 8 seconds left. Well, your options are limited now. You could go over the middle, and you have time for a timeout, and they get 1 play in. Or you could just go for it all right now.
Thinking hook and ladder, something trickery.
It's something, yeah.
Because, again, the way that your defense has to play. So we'll have to see what Coach has. See what he's going to dial up on this one, because this is going to be tight, even if it's.
And you have to play man-to-man defense. You can't go in and hang at a prevent. You can't blitz, or you'll get a penalty. Wow, North trailed in this game 22-8 in the first quarter, and has battled all the way back, and they have an 8-point lead, and it's up to the defense now for the North to secure a 3rd win in a row over the South.
I wonder if they're going to have like a rub pattern. Nope, they're just going straight 9s.
Brocious, here comes Sechrist. Brocious to the end zone, and it's knocked down, and that's the way the game will end. Great defense down there. And the North beats the South 44-36 in one of the most wild All-Star games you will ever see, and most competitive games we have seen in District 4. Congratulations to Harold Rainey and his Hughesville staff for pulling, I think, a minor upset in this game over the South. Wow.
The kids believed in what was being coached to them and preached. And you have 4. If you're on the North team and you're going, cripes, here we go, the last play.
So Brocious went for it all. Sechrist on his butt. Who knocked it down, Coach? I couldn't see a number. That's what I want to see. Is it 22?
White helmet.
I think it's 22.
He gets up. It is
22. So Merrick Moscho from Wellsboro, Northern tier guy, knocks it down and secures the win for the North.
What a game, folks. Wow. 80 points.
80 points in this one scored. We were tied at 30 at one point. 80 points. Total yards near 1,000 combined yards in this game between these two teams. Jackson's going to try to grab our 2 players of the game. And it has to be Danny Dowell from Loyalsock.
Yes.
He threw for 171 yards. He ran for 127 yards and 4 touchdowns. And Christian Banks had the second play of the game. He took it all the way, 123 yards and a touchdown. And here is Mr. Jackson Burnell with our player of the game. One of them, Danny Dowell, who I think needs some water.
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with Loyalsock quarterback Danny Dowell. Danny, you weren't even going to play quarterback on this team until you stepped up when You know, the other quarterback was not able to play. How does it feel to come through for your team like this?
It feels great. That was probably one of the most fun games we've ever played. I'm really glad I decided to because I was a little bit on the fence. But yeah, that was just a lot of fun.
And what's the biggest reason for your success tonight? Because you had a lot of it.
I mean, we were worried going into the week. We knew South was good, but we really stepped up. The whole offensive line, the whole offense, they really came through tonight and just did their job well.
And now, you know, high school career is over. Obviously, you'll be going on to Bloomsburg for your next chapter. How does it feel to end it with a victory?
It feels great. I can't think of a better way to end my high school career. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you, Danny. Congratulations. Have fun with your team. Bob, back to you.
Okay, we'll see if he can grab Christian Banks real quick, too, from Montoursville. Okay, so they're going to have the ceremony, but we're going to wrap things up here, Coach. Any final thoughts?
What a great game. And again, all the proceeds from this game go to scholarships for District 4 players. So hats off to the coaches that put this together. Right now on your screen, you see Coach Gravish from Jersey Shore. You see all the other coaches from actually all the other teams here. Great job tonight by our crew. Bob, thank you again for having me on.
I had a choice. No. Hey, we'll be back. Remember, our next game, July 27th, it's the Dream Game. 92nd annual Dream Game. That will be July 27th. We'll be on the air at 7 o'clock, and then regular season starts August 28th. We'll announce our regular season schedule coming up during the Dream Game. So for the entire Fox 56 sports crew, who did an outstanding job tonight, for Jackson Purnell, Jan Cechak, want to thank all of our special guests, including Brett Veach, the Kansas City Chiefs general manager. This is Bob Ide saying so long for Milton. The final score again in a wild one. The North beats the South for the third straight year, 44-36.